Welcome to the Foresters pregame show presented by Coastal Copy, and we're joined by a pitcher today, Jackson Cloud. Jackson, thanks for joining us.
Of course. Well, happy to be here.
Well, last night, Sturs took on the SLO Blues up in San Luis Obispo, and the Blues prevailed in that ball game. Where'd you think that ball game kind of slipped away from the Sturs?
Later in the game, we had a couple bad hops in the infield, and it's just some unfortunate stuff. I mean, good players are always good, but sometimes they have a little bit of a mishap, and we didn't really have anything go completely wrong. I mean, I thought we competed well. Our pitching competed well. But later in the game, we had a couple little bad hops. That's what I'll say they were, basically. But, yeah, I mean, it was an unfortunate loss. But, I mean, they had a little momentum. They had a packed house. They sold that place out like 2 weeks in advance, I heard, packed house. And, I mean, it definitely wasn't intimidating playing there, but they definitely did have over 2,000 people on their side. So that's definitely hard to go against. But we're definitely looking to get back at them tonight. And, I mean, this is 4th of July, so we got to win now.
Absolutely.
We're in SB. Got to win.
Talking about getting back at them today, what do you think needs to be different or just needs to improve or continue from yesterday's performance?
Yeah, pitching-wise, I mean, we have Hudson on the mound. He's a good pitcher. He's going to compete. He's going to give us all he's got. I'm not a hitter, so I won't go in-depth offensively, but I think last night we had a lot of competitive at-bats, and if we can continue that and maybe string together a 2-out hit here and there, and when you got runners in scoring position, knock them in, we should get it done here.
And this is the 6th matchup against the SLO Blues and the Santa Barbara Foresters already this season. The Sturs have gone 3-2 against them. How do you feel like the rivalry is shaping up this season against the Blues and the Sturs?
I think it's a great rivalry. It's been a rivalry for a while, and the teams always compete. I believe the Sturs have got the better of them in the past for the most part, but this year it's definitely been a test every game. There's never like a rollover game. It's always close. It's always competitive. It's always gets a little chirpy, a little bit edgy out there. But I mean, it's baseball. It's summer ball. Everyone wants to win. So if it wasn't competitive, then I'd be questioning what people are doing here.
Well, Jackson, we appreciate your time and your insight on last night's game and going into today. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
First pitch coming up right after this. It is another beautiful day in Santa Barbara as we celebrate the United States birthday on Independence Day. Today, the Sturs will once again face off against the SLO Blues in another CCL matchup. Hello, Hunter Shoemaker alongside Aiden O'Neill welcoming you to Santa Barbara High School. Well, Aiden, yesterday up in SLO, the Blues won the game 7-5, and they scored 3 runs in the 8th inning, capitalizing on Forester miscues.
Yeah, miscues is the best way to put it, Hunter. The Foresters strung together a very complete ball game, but at the end, it simply fell apart. The offense didn't come along for the ride. A couple timely errors, and the Blues took advantage. But one thing's for sure is the Foresters know how to bounce back. Throughout the course of this season, if they lose one, they come ready to play the next day. I want to say happy 4th of July to you, Hunter. Beautiful day in America, and hoping for some good baseball.
And on the hill table will be Hudson Hamilton, his 4th start of the season. Currently got a 4.05 ERA and a 1-2 record for Hudson.
Yeah, and Hudson's been better as the season's gone on. Last time out, you saw the slider curveball combo working very well. The ability to locate 2 off-speed pitches in any count coming out of the University of Texas. And Hudson's going to look to be that guy that they kind of lean on for a bounce-back W.
And what Hudson is going to be facing today for the SLO Blues, let's take a look at the starting 9 for San Luis Obispo. Leading things off and in center field, Ethan Royal to bat second at second base. Braden Jeffries batting third and out and right. Cooper Witten in the cleanup spot, and at first base, Casey Borba in the 5 spot. And in left field, Max Lane to bat 6th and doing the catching, Parker Goff. To bat 7th and serving as a designated hitter, Braden Mondu in the 8 hole, and at short, Sam Ardois, the 9 hole hitter for the Blues. The third baseman, Gavin Constantine, with the right-hander, Thomas Harper, getting the start on the hill. Well, here comes Ethan Royal, man who plays for Utah Tech. Very good man at the top of the order. He came in a pinch hit situation last night. RBI single in that 8th inning, which drove in a run. And he will get the start, the top of the order today for the Blues.
Looks like the bullpen is ready to go, letting out a pregame screech. This is one of the best crowds we've had all season long. Makes sense. Happy 4th of July. Go Foresters.
First pitch, and it was behind the back of Ethan Royal. That is ball 1.
Maybe a little juiced up. Lets the heater go a little early and slips out of his hand.
So it'll be Royal, Jeffries, and Witten to start off this ball game for the SLO Blues. 6th meeting between these two teams. Foresters in the first 5 meetings have gone 3-2, but here's the 1-0 pitch, and Ethan Royal sees one down and in. That is ball 2.
Hudson looking to get ahead and locate in the strike zone. See, fastball then goes to that curveball to try to get a strike, but cannot locate it.
Here's a 2-0 pitch to the leadoff man, and Royal sees a fastball in. That is ball 3. To fall will be Braden Jeffries. And with the SLO Blues victory last night, they moved back to 500 in CCL play, currently 9-9 in the Northern Division. The Stars at 12-6. Behind the count is Hudson Hamilton, 3-0 pitch, and Royal will get hit, and he will reach base. And a big toss back to the first base dugout on the lumber now.
Now batting for the Blues, number 9, the second baseman.
We know, Hunter, that this is a rivalry, and opening up with one behind Ethan Royal and then ending up plunking him.
Yep.
Tension might be high, especially a lot of people in the stands. It's a big game. And a little bit of chippiness to open it up.
That's going to bring him Braden Jeffries, the leadoff man, aboard after getting hit here to start off this ball game after these two teams met last night in a capacity crowd at Sinsheimer Stadium. The home team, the Blues, prevailed. First pitch, and this one's grounded over 2 shorts. Tough play for Pompey. He slows that ball down, but that will be a base hit. Looking to go to third is Ethan Royal, and runners are going to be on the corners here in the opening inning for the Blues.
That's great base running from Ethan Royal. TJ Pompey, a good job getting a glove on it with the diving effort, but it just kicks away, and with Royal's speed, easy advance to third base.
Now let's take a look at the defense today for the Stars. Jesse DiMaggio will be at third. TJ Pompey short. Nolan Souza at second. Daniel Patterson will get the start at first. Will Rogers, who we've seen all over the field, is catching. The outfield, Caden Peterson in left. Drew Markle center. Jonas Sebring out in right. And the SLO Blues have an opportunity to put up some runs. First 2 men have reached base. Runners on the corners for Cooper Witten. Man you do not want to be facing in this situation. Slugging over 700 on the year. An opportunity here at first pitch, and Witten will see one in there, strike 1.
And Witten had that huge 2 RBI triple yesterday that was kind of the tide turner in the ballgame, got the Blues right back in it. Big energy boost. He's been a formidable guy in the middle of the order.
The 0-1 pitch, and a whiff and a miss, strike 2, and well done from Hudson Hamilton after the first 2 reaching base. Getting himself well ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. And for Cooper Witten, that 2-run triple coming in the 5th inning. There were 2 3-run innings last night for the SLO Blues, one in the 5th and the 8th, and the 8th capped it off. Here is the 0-2 pitch, and Witten sees one in, Ball and 2 strikes.
You talked about that capacity crowd, 2,200 people in San Luis Obispo yesterday. It was a scene, the fireworks show afterwards, and this rivalry spans over years, and it just shows during those type of games.
1-2 pitch. Witten will see a ball just missing down and away to even up the count. Good looking pitch from Hudson Hamilton, but it's 2-2.
And Huddy hasn't really been able to control that fastball at any point so far to start this game. Needing to dial in that pitch and build off of it with the secondary stuff.
Here's the 2-2. And Witten sees one well down the way. And a fantastic job by Will Rogers to see that ball and glove it behind the dish, full count.
And with this still being an 0-0 game, if I'm manager Petard or Coach Ryan Kramer, fastball middle, you got to challenge a guy. You got to put the pressure on the offense. Make them be the force. Free passes is the way to go.
Casey Borba will be next. Runners on the corners. No outs. Check back to the man at first. It's Braden Jeffries. That base hit just squirting past TJ Pompey. He was able to slow it down, but it was that infield single. Ethan Royal is now at third. And the Blues threatening here on Independence Day. Back-to-back matchup. Here's the pitch. Runner goes from first to second. It's in there for a strike. And the throw from Will Rogers left of second base. But Cooper Witten goes down looking. Jeffries into second with a stolen bag. Now 1 away in the inning.
That is an awesome job from Hudson Hamilton, knowing he has to come in the strike zone. And instead of going with the prototypical fastball on a 3-2 count, he's able to locate that slider over the middle. Freezes Cooper Witten for a huge out, number 1.
2 now in scoring position after the stolen bag by Braden Jeffries, his 3rd stolen base of the year, and that's going to bring up first baseman Casey Borba. Still a chance for the Blues to push in the first runs of this ball game in the opening inning. Hudson Hamilton, the right-handed pitcher from Texas, striking out Cooper Witten for the first out of the inning. But now here's Borba, first pitch. And Borba sees one down and away, and Will Rogers again. Great work behind the dish, keeping the runners at bay.
Borba, a very patient hitter in the batter's box. You see him kind of leaning onto his back in control. Hudson Hamilton has to be the enforcer, knowing he has an open base, but still executing all 4 of his pitches.
1-0, and Borba drills this one into center, and Markle moves in and cannot make the catch. It bounces past him in center field. 1 run in, 2 runs. Casey Borba to second base, going to third, and the cutoff man is TJ Pompey, the shortstop. That is a 2-run triple for Casey Borba, and the first runs go to the SLO Blues, now leading 2-0 here in the top of the first.
You know, in that situation, generally, Hunter, I mind the effort. You don't want Drew. You want to knock the ball down if you're a center fielder, to put it simply. It looked like Drew Markle got caught in between, but also thinking that a base hit in reality would score 2 either way. I admire the effort. We know how good of a center fielder Drew Markle is, getting jumps off of the baseball. Right there, though, couldn't get there in time, and the Blues look to put up a crooked number to start this game.
Will be a triple given to Borba, driving in the first 2 runs of the ball game, and now here is Max Lane, and at third, still only a single out here in the first. First pitch, and Lane will see one down, ball 1. Max Lane in left field defensively today for the Blues, playing for Harvard. Chance to drive in Casey Borba. 1-0 pitch, check swing. Did he go? The appeal down the first base umpire, no. That is ball 2.
The Blues always play the Santa Barbara Foresters tough. I talked about it in the pregame, but regardless of the circumstance, you know if you come to the yard for this matchup, it's going to be a good one.
The 2-0 pitch just tapped to the left of the dish for strike number 1. And when you look at the last couple matchups, well, 2 ago, up in San Luis Obispo on the final day of June, extra innings, the Stars prevailed 5-4. Last night, of course, capacity crowd at Sinsheimer. And the SLO Blues able to prevail in that game. Here's a 2-1 in there for strike 2. And well done for Hudson Hamilton to get himself back in this count.
Awesome location from Hamilton, painting the inside corner. Now 1 strike away from putting him away. Might go back to that slider.
Here's the pitch, and Lane reaches for it, taps towards the third baseman. Justin DiMaggio charges in. The throw to first will be in time, but a run will come in to score. Casey Borba from third scores the 3rd run of the inning. Max Lane drives him in. That's going to bring up Parker Goff. It is now a 3-0 ball game in the first.
Parker
And if we're later into this baseball game, Hunter, you might see Jesse DiMaggio shading in on the infield grass. That throw might be coming home. But trusting the offense is something Santa Barbara's done all season long. DiMaggio goes straight to first, doesn't even look at the runner, and they're going to trust their offense as they move on.
Base is now clear, 2 gone for Parker Goff. First pitch, and Parker will foul it back to the right of home plate. Strike 1.
Crucial first pitch strike from Hamilton, something we've seen from a lot of these prolific Forester starters that come from these big universities, is in the first inning, this command might not be there, but as the game goes on, they start to settle in on the rubber and get better.
It's 0-1. Here's the pitch, and Goff will see it down and away, 1-1. And we definitely saw that last night for Logan Groff, the man, right-handed pitcher from Fresno State, who opened up that game for SLO. He gave up 3 runs in the first, but ended up going 7 innings, and now SLO Blues on top by 3 in the first. 1-1 pitch, and it's in there for strike 2.
And for a majority of those 7 innings, Hunter, the Foresters were held hitless. The offense was stagnant. They could not get anything going. You see the late life, the Peterson RBI, the Patty RBI, but it wasn't enough in the end, and credit to Groff. He really had an awesome outing.
1-2 pitch, and that will miss high for Parker Goff. 2-2. Already 3 runs in here for the SLO Blues. 2 gone, bases clear. Hudson Hamilton, get out of this inning. There's a 2-2 pitch, and Goff reaches for it and is retired. Hudson Hamilton sits him down, but not before the SLO Blues push in 3. Bottom of the first we go. And out comes Thomas Harper, and the bats for the Sturs coming up next.
Thanks for listening. But how would you like to read about your favorite team? Hi, this is Jim Buckley, and I'm proud to announce the publication of our first book about the Foresters, Stir It Up, the story of America's most successful summer baseball team, is out now. 100% of the profits from this new book will benefit the Hugs for Cubs. You can buy one at the ballpark or online. Visit sbforesters.org for a direct link, or look us up on bookbaby.com. You can also pick up a copy locally at the Mesa Bookstore or Chaucer's or the Tecolote Bookshop. Stir It Up includes a complete history of the team from the founding by Bob Townsend in 1991 through all 10 national championships under Bill Pintard. You'll hear again from great Foresters players, read about the Hugs for Cubs, check out our all-time records, and much more. Help the Hugs and read Stir It Up. More info at sbforesters.org.
Welcome back to Santa Barbara after the SLO Blues put up 3 runs in the top half of this inning. And here is Thomas Harper getting the start on the hill for the SLO Blues here this afternoon. Harper, the right-hander from Illinois State, is his 3rd start of the year, even 5 ERA. Let's take a look at the order today for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Leading off and in left, Caden Peterson to bat second and at second. Nolan Souza batting 3rd and out in right field. Jonah Sebring in the cleanup spot, and the DH Jack Holman batting 5th and catching. Will Rogers bat 6th and at short. TJ Pompey in the 7th hole, and at 3rd base Jesse DiMaggio in the 8th hole, and at first Daniel Patterson. And round out the order for the Sturs in center field, Drew Markle. Well, the Sturs in an early deficit here at Santa Barbara High School. Almost a flip-flop of last night's game. We saw the road team, the Sturs, put up 3. The SLO Blues, the home team, come back to win that game. And here early, SLO Blues, the road team, putting up 3 in the first.
And if this game is similar at all to that one yesterday, Hunter, it's good news for the Foresters because the Blues came back from down 3-0, ended up winning that baseball game. But we talked about it in the break a little bit. You see the first pitch to Ethan Royal goes behind his back. Could you see a little bit of retaliation here from the Blues starter? We will see.
So in stands Caden Peterson to lead things off with his team trailing by 3. First pitch to Caden, and Peterson will see one down the middle, but missing a fraction in for ball 1.
Peterson back at the top of the order. He was there yesterday. It's been so good for the Foresters setting the table.
1-0 pitch down the middle this time at 88 to even up the count 1-1. So it's going to be Peterson, Souza, Sebring in this inning, with them trailing by 3 here on Independence Day. 1-1 pitch, and Peterson sends it in the left center field. The center fielder moves in, and Ethan Roy will make the catch in shallow left center field to retire Caden Peterson. one away here in
Now
the bottom
batting
of the
for
first.
Foresters, sponsored by Finney's
Got jammed a little
Craft
bit
House, the second baseman,
on
number
the inner
3,
half of the plate and pops one out to
Souza!
center. Royal with the play. And up comes Nolan Souza. Yesterday, in the first inning, when you talk about a frozen rope to left field and one of the more impressive swings I've seen all year, that was Nolan Souza's home run to left field. Not a lot of wind blowing out, but just showcasing his power.
First pitch, and Nolan sees it down in the dirt, ball 1. Looking at the winds here today, back to the typical winds blowing towards more right to left here at Santa Barbara High School, going pole to pole. Oscillates between cutting across the outfield and going straight away towards center field. But it is 1-0 for Nolan. Here's the pitch, and Souza sees it away, ball 2. And Souza, one of the 2 lefties in the lineup here this afternoon. We've seen a lot more lefties in the order for Bill Pintard as of late, but just 2. 2-0 pitch, and Nolan sees it well high, ball 3.
Souza's a very seasoned hitter when he's in the box. Although he was just a freshman last year at Arkansas, you can assume that great coaching in the SEC benefited him, but always has a plan in the box, and it'll only help for results moving forward.
And that 3-0 pitch is in there at 87 from Thomas Harper. For Harper, 9 innings in the books so far. It is his 5th appearance and his 3rd start on the hill. He's got more walks than strikeouts so far, but the 3-1 will find the strike zone, full count.
That's borderline, could have gone either way. And in the 3-1 count, if you're Nolan Souza, you're looking for 1 pitch, 1 spot to drive, and that ball was on the corner. Now have to shorten up and find a way to get on base.
3-2 pitch, and Souza deep in the left center field. It's cutting, going back is Max Lane, and Lane just enough room out and left and makes the catch. Nolan Souza, almost an identical looking shot in the left as last night's game, comes up just a few yards short. He is retired, 2 gone.
And that one had a little bit higher of a launch angle. Good route by the left fielder for the Blues, but that power to the opposite field, Hunter, shows that you're locked in at the dish. When you're a hitting coach, you preach, hit the ball to the other way hard and everything else will follow. That's what Nolan Souza's doing right now. Just a little unlucky. And Sebring looking to get a 2-out rally going.
Here's Jonah Sebring, UC Santa Barbara Gaucho. 2 gone, bases clear, first pitch, and Jonah sees a fastball for a strike. Currently, the Blues lead 3-0. Let's take a look at their defense. Gavin Constantine is at third, Sam Ardois at short, Braden Jeffries at second, Casey Borba is at first, Parker Goff is the catcher. The 0-1, and a breaking ball in there, 0-2 against Jonah Sebring. The outfield, Max Lane, who just made the catch, Ethan Arroyo, who made the first out to retire Peterson in center, and Cooper Witten out in right for the SLO Blues. 2 gone. Sebring needs to protect the plate. The 0-2 pitch, and that misses high. Ball 1.
And the starter today for the Blues, Harper, has the freedom to fill up the strike zone with that early 3-0 lead. You pitch with freedom, and you know that even if you give up a solo shot, that lead is still there. So Foresters have to be aggressive.
So the 1-2 pitch misses away on the slider from Thomas Harper, 2-2. Sebring entering today, 348 hitter. 2 gone. Here is the 2-2 pitch, and Jonah reaches for it and just taps it, and he will stay alive, 2-2.
It's a great fight from Jonah Sebring. We don't see him down in the count too often lately just because of how good he has been, but sees a pearl of a curveball by the knees and is able to get a piece and get one more chance.
2-2 pitch, and this time it's chopped up the middle. In comes Jeffries, sliding over behind second base, and the throw was late. And Jonah Sebring aboard with 2 out here in the first. Great job from Jonah and good speed down that first base line.
Now batting for the Foresters,
Jonah with the
BMW
wheels
Santa Barbara,
down to first base. A high
number
chopper
18,
gave him that time
Jack
to reach for a
Holman.
single, and now it's Jack Holman's turn, who has consistently been the best bat for the Sturs. Give him a chance for maybe some 2-out pop.
Slash line, we alluded to it last night. It's been so good for Jack Holman. First pitch, and that is in there at 88, strike 1. Second lefty to face Thomas Harper here in this opening inning. On base percentage near 600, slugging over 700 for Jack Holman. And at first, 2 gone. The pitch, and this one is drilled into center. Will stay in the yard. Ethan Royal will slide over to his right and will make the catch. Jack Holman just missed that one a fraction, and he flies out into center for the third out of the inning. Go to the second. Blues still lead by 3.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote. You'll see a difference because we go the distance. Call 1-800-995-8835.
To the second, Bob Yoder will be coming up for the SLO Blues. Hudson Hamilton remaining on the hill. It's Braden Mondu, Sam Ardois, Gavin Constantine due up in this inning with the SLO Blues on top. 3-0 over the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Blues have controlled this game to start through the first inning, up 3-0, and for Hudson Hamilton, bounce back. That is the word. Find a way to attack the strike zone while limited damage and getting those Foresters bats right back in the dugout.
First pitch, and this one is down the middle for a strike to Braden Mondu. 0-1.
Got some loud fans here today, some we even know. And always a good day at the yard, but especially 4th of July. The energy's up.
The 0-1 pitch, and Mondu swinging a miss. 0-2. And a little extra cheering. Mondu leading things off. The beer batter, if he strikes out, some complimentary adult beverages. One of the local establishments here at Santa Barbara. A little extra cheering here against Mondu. 0-2 pitch. Mondu will take down away 1-2.
And 1-2 now. Mondu likely still sitting on that off-speed pitch. Could see Hamilton going with the heater and kind of freezing him.
It's 1-2 against the leadoff man. Here's the pitch, and Mondu sees a fastball at 90, missing high. 2-2.
Mondu's been great for the Blues all season long, towards the bottom of this order and kind of mounting those late inning rallies.
2-2 pitch. Check swing, misses down low. Good take as Hudson Hamilton now at a 3-2 count after being quickly ahead against the leadoff man Mondu. Ardois will be next. One thing you don't want to do, put the leadoff man aboard after conceding 3 in the first.
And when you put the leadoff man aboard, Hunter, via walk, generally that run comes around to score. That's simply how baseball works. So Hamilton looking to keep him off of first.
3-2 pitch. Mondu will stay alive. He sprays it out of play. Just the right. Do it again.
On time there with the curveball, just missed it. Even though Hamilton has been able to control the fastball as well as he's wanted to, would go back to that here just from a timing perspective.
Leadoff man sees the 3-2 pitch, and Mondu will see ball 4 down low, and Mondu will work a leadoff walk to bring up Sam Ardois here to start off the second inning.
Just a hair down, a really good spot from Hudson Hamilton. He froze Mondu, but luckily for him, about a half a ball down. Now they're going to turn it over to Ardone.
Last one at 91 on the delivery to Mondu, the fastball missing down. Here's first pitch, Sam Ardois, and he will take a strike at 91. Again, the delivery from Hudson, 0-1.
Great first pitch strike from Hudson Hamilton. Forster's middle infield, very slick defensively, looking to roll two.
Here's the second pitch, and a swing, foul tip back into Will Rogers, and quickly Hudson Hamilton ahead. No balls, 2 strikes against the 8-hole hitter for the Blues.
Just looking to keep attack, Hunter. That's the key. Now can balance with that slider and curveball.
The 0-2 popped up in the left center field. Caden Peterson slides over along with Drew Markle, but it's Peterson out and left to make the squeeze, and Ardois retired 1 away in the top of the second.
Now batting for the Blues.
That's
the
a great
third
at-bat.
baseman, number
Bouncing
6,
back
Gavin
after walking the
Constantine.
leadoff man, continuing to attack the strike zone. Stick to the plan that Ryan Kramer has instilled, and he gets a fly out. Now 1 out and a double play away from getting out of the inning.
There's Constantine, first pitch, and this one is dropped over to the third base on deck circle. That is strike 1 to Constantine. He's at third base defensively today, batting out of the 9 spot for Dean Trainer, manager for the SLO Blues. Now at 500 in the CCL North. Runner goes. This pitch missing in. The throw from Rogers is wide towards the third base side of second base. For the second time, a stolen bag for the SLO Blues. Man in scoring position, eliminating that double play.
And you may see a lot of stolen bases today just because of the unfamiliarity that Will Rogers has with the catching position. I'm sure the Blues know that, and he's been bouncing around a lot, but hasn't had a lot of time as a backstop. Will take some time to get used to for sure. Very tough position.
1-1 pitch. Constantine, he spits on it on the breaking ball, down and away. 2-1 the count to the 9-hole hitter. Now man at second. 2-1 pitch, and that's down at 90. Great keep from Will behind the dish. But with that man at second, Blues trying to tack on another run here in this inning as they lead 3-0.
Generally, you're able to play with that open base, but attacking the 9-hole hitter is necessary. You don't want to turn it over to the top.
Look back to second. 3-1 pitch. Constantine, swing to miss, full count.
Now if you're Hamilton, whatever pitch you're most confident in to throw a strike, you throw it. You say, Constantine, go and hit it. Have him be the aggressor. Use that to your advantage.
Here's the pitch, and the 3-2's got him swinging. Constantine down on strikes. Third strikeout of the day for Hudson Hamilton, and a massive second out with the top of the order coming around in the form of Ethan Royal. Still a man at second.
Phenomenal job by Hudson Hamilton getting back in the strike zone for his 3rd strikeout here in the second.
Ethan Royal, the leadoff man for the Blues. He saw a pitch go behind his back in the first inning, end up getting hit by Hudson Hamilton. Now stands in the man at second, 2 gone. Couple looks back to second. Here's first pitch, and Royal will see it down the way at 91, ball 1.
Ethan Royal was plunked to start this game. We saw the first pitch go behind his back, and then he got plunked in a 3-ball count. See what Hamilton throws here.
And that is down on the off speed from Hudson. That is ball 2. And Ethan Royal has done very well this season. Look at his slash line compared to all of his other teammates. Very impressive. And you look at the SLO Blues as an entire ball team. 16-10 their overall record. A lot of non-CCL games that they've played at Sinsheimer Stadium this season, but in CCL play, 9-9. It's good for a tie for second in the CCL North. Here's the pitch, and this one's over too short. TJ Pompey holds his ground, the throw to first, and can't make the pick as Daniel Patterson will get past him. And time being called, and even to go to second base, it appears, will be Ethan Royal, and a run will come in to score. So Ethan Royal will be advancing to second, and from second base, Braden Mondu will score. It is now 4-0 on that error at first.
And we know that TJ Pompey is one of the more gifted players on this team, but he's in the definition of a slump right now, both offensively and defensively. We saw him boot a ball yesterday. And when you're in that sort of slump, the ball always finds a way to come your way. Just took a little too much off that throw in the dirt. Blues up by 4.
Runner goes to third. The play at third. It was a great tag, but sliding in safely is Ethan Royal. Will Rogers had a heck of an effort on his throw down to Jesse DiMaggio. It was real close, but sliding in safely is Ethan Royal. And that error will go down as a 6 on TJ Pompey. That ball in front of Daniel Patterson at first base. He couldn't pick it. But the score is now 4-0. And Jeffries has a man at third base. The 0-1 pitch. Missing high and away at 90 to even up the count 1-1.
In a game where you're already down 3-0, you need to play mistake-free baseball to climb back in. Very unfortunate error at that time.
Yeah, off speed in there for strike 2. Last delivery from Hudson at 82 miles an hour with Jeffries. He already has a base hit today and a run scored, which came in the opening inning. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Man at third. Already another run in here for the Blues, capitalizing on the 2-out error. That's what the Blues were able to do last night in that 8th inning. But here's the pitch, and it's down and away. Even up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Braden Jeffries.
It will be interesting to see how long of a leash Hudson Hamilton gets here today. If the game starts to slip away, do you go to maybe a long reliever? That'll be a question for manager Pintard.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Jeffries sees in Will Rogers. What an effort. Athletic play to keep the ball in front of him, but it's a full count.
Looked like he might have been plunked on the foot, actually.
Well, they're going to send Jeffries down. He was clipped, as you said, on the foot, on the breaking ball from Hudson Hamilton. So that's going to put runners on the corners. And here is Ryan Kramer out of that first base dugout, the pitching coach for the Santa Barbara Foresters. I mean, at this point in the ball game, you're down 4-0. Only top half of the second, still so much baseball left. You don't want any more runs to score here in this inning.
You learn when you're a pitcher, they talk about damage control. When you don't have your best stuff, Hunter, how are you able to still execute outs in big moments and keep your team in the game? Keep the bats in the game. That's what Kramer's going to be talking to Hamilton about here is, yes, you don't have your A+ stuff today, but that's okay. Give us a chance to win the baseball game, and that'll be limited damage here by getting one more out.
Now batting for the Blues, number
When we look back to
47,
last
right
night's
fielder
game,
Cooper Witten.
was those miscues in that 8th inning. The SLO Blues capitalized, pushing in 3 runs to take a 2-run lead in that inning. There was an error in that inning, but just a few other miscues, some wild pitches, a balk. It added up to 3 runs, and a costly 3 runs. The Foresters dropped that game and ended a 5-game winning streak in all CCL games. So here is Cooper Witten, struck out against Hudson Hamilton in the first pitch, and it's a breaking ball down and away, ball 1. At third is Royal, reached on a hit, advanced all the way there on an error, also a stolen base. Jeffries now at first. 1-0 pitch, and it drops in nicely to even up the count 1-1.
And Will Rogers behind home plate acknowledging how good of a pitch that was, pointing right back at Hudson Hamilton. Throw that again. Continue to execute that slider.
Jack back to first base after inching away was Jeffries. He's in safely. Remains 1-1, 2 out here in the second. A run in. SLO Blues lead 4-0. Top of the second. 1-1 pitch. Runner goes as Witten fouls it back just to the right of home plate. That is strike 2. And having to go back to first is Jeffries.
And you see the runner stealing there, first and third. That's one of those instances with 2 outs where if Will was able to catch that ball and it wasn't fouled away, the throw would go all the way down to second because getting that out is important. And you see a lot of runners get caught up in a rundown to try to score that run, but a foul ball nonetheless.
1-2 pitch, and that's in the dirt, and great keep from Rogers again. It's just through an inning and 2/3, and Will Rogers has had phenomenal plays behind the plate, stopping baseballs from going in the backstop.
It's an awesome block from Will Rogers, and when you think about it in the context of this game, it's a pivotal run, 5th run at third base, and being able to keep it in front, so key.
The check back to first. It's Braden Jeffries. Remains 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cooper Witten. Plays for University of Washington. Chance to drive in the 5th run, who is at 3rd. Here's the pitch, reaching for a breaking ball, and he is retired. That is the 4th K for Hudson Hamilton, and the side retired. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. The Slow Blues tacking on one more. They lead now 4-0 over the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Well, we head to the bottom of the 2nd.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Bottom of the 2nd inning, Will Rogers will lead things off. TJ Pompey and Jesse DiMaggio will follow, with the Foresters trailing by 4 runs. It was 3 in the 1st for the Blues, and they tack up one more in the top half of this inning.
And one more unearned run on the air from TJ Pompey. The versatile Will Rogers will look to get things kick-started.
First pitch, he takes it at 86, lower half of the zone, in there for a strike. 0-1. Rogers, of course, catching today, standing in for the first time. 269 hitter. Yesterday we saw him out and left. He's batting on the 3rd spot yesterday. The 0-1, and Rogers in the right center field. Going back, there's Cooper Witten, the right fielder, and that ball falls. Rogers goes to 2nd base, and he will go in there standing. A leadoff double for Will Rogers.
Stirring it up on 2nd, Will Rogers. Perfect swing to right center field. We love Will, and every single day the dude finds a way to produce in a positive way. Gets things going, and now TJ Pompey has a chance to make up for that error.
Stars had their first man in scoring position. They had Jonas Sebring a 2-out knock in the 1st, but now their first man in scoring position. Can TJ work him around the bases, standing in for the first time with Thomas Harper remaining on the hill. Couple looks back to 2nd, first pitch, and Pompey skies it left side. The shortstop goes back. Sam Ardois calls everyone off. That ball had some considerable hang time, but Pompey is retired on the catch from Sam Ardois at short, 1 down.
That's the definition of a big league pop fly. Very difficult to track in the shallow outfield. But TJ Pompey tried to jump on that first pitch heater and just missed it. Now the young Jesse DiMaggio looking to pick him up.
So in stands Jesse, 1 away. Will Rogers at 2nd after the leadoff double. Harper looks back to him, first pitch, and DiMaggio into center field. That is well hit. Ethan Royal goes back. He'll have some room right in front of the wall, makes the squeeze, and tagging up from 2nd. Will Rogers going to 3rd. The play, no throw, or it's a very late throw, but it's a stolen bag, I should say. A tag up from Rogers, advancing on the fly out into center. Rogers now at 3rd, 2 gone to bring up Daniel Patterson.
And although you want DiMaggio to come through in that situation, it is a productive out. It moves the runner to 3rd now with 2 outs, and Daniel Patterson, who's familiar in these Forester threads and familiar to this home crowd, will look to plate that first runner.
First pitch, and Patterson sees it low at 89 on the delivery from Thomas Harper. That is ball 1. Rogers was the first man to reach 2nd base, and now at 3rd with Santa Barbara trailing by 4 runs in bottom of the 2nd. 4-0 our score. Patterson looks to drive in the first run of the day for Santa Barbara. 1-0 pitch, and this is a swing and a miss, 1-1.
Foresters need to take advantage of these opportunities early in the ball game, because chipping away is a real thing. If you start that offensive momentum, it'll continue as the game goes on.
Patterson spits on a ball in the dirt. Great work by Parker Goff, smothering up that baseball. 2-1. And for Patterson, saw him yesterday, had a clutch RBI double in the 7th inning. The Stars put up 2 runs in the 7th inning to take the lead, but was short-lived, conceding 3 in the next. 2-1 pitch, and Patterson rolls it over to short. Sam Mardois, the shortstop, holds his ground in the throw to first in time to retire Daniel Patterson. And Will Rogers, who had the lead off double, stranded on the bases, and the Stars cannot convert. We will go to the third. Santa Barbara trailing by 4. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
I'm Eric Anand, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the third, and the middle 3 coming on up for the SLO Blues. Casey Borba, Max Lane, Parker Goff due up for SLO, with Hudson Hamilton remaining on the hill, but the SLO Blues now on top 4-0, tacking on 1 in the second. Have a strong lead here in the early goings.
That was a chance last inning for the Foresters to score that first run, but Patty just got out in front of a fastball and rolled over to the shortstop. Hamilton just has to keep the Stars in it. Toss a 0. He's yet to do that so far after that errant throw by Pompey in the second, and ended up coming around to score. A 0 would go a long way for Santa Barbara.
Here's Casey Borba. Second time he stands in. The first time he had a 2-run double to score Royal and Jeffries in the first. First pitch, Borba, see the breaking balls, missing low, ball 1. Borba also playing for Texas. Pair of Longhorns squaring off right here. 1-0 pitch, missing down, 2-0.
I was going to say, you can tell by Borba's spikes today that signature Longhorn orange and a little bit of familiarity, maybe know each other's tendencies. That could play a factor.
2-0 pitch, and it will miss away from Hudson Hamilton. He is quickly down the count. In the first 2 innings, leadoff man reached base Royal. He was hit, and Braden Mondu worked a walk to start the second. Hudson Hamilton needs to fire a strike here.
Borba blew this game open on that low liner that Drew Markle couldn't corral. 2 RBI triple last time through.
And that will be ball 4. 4 straight pitches to Casey Borba, and that is a leadoff base on balls. And Borba reaches for the second time today, and that's going to bring up Max Lane and the Blues. Looking to add some more cushion here in this third inning. Hudson Hamilton's going to have to work around a leadoff walk.
That'll be the second straight inning with a leadoff walk, and never a recipe for success. Hamilton needing to get back in it.
First pitch to Lane, missing low. That's 5 straight balls from Hudson. And Lane had a ground out to third, brought in a run, scored Casey Borba on that ground out. Hamilton needing to find the strike zone. 1-0 pitch, And Lane will see ball 2, 6 straight balls from Hudson to start off this third inning. And here comes Bill Pintard out of the first base dugout. There is an arm up now. Looks like in that first base dugout, first base bullpen, starting to stretch for the Foresters.
Looks like this will just be a meeting. Sometimes manager Pintard going out there is much more effective than Kramer just because it possesses a different voice. Hearing it from your head coach, hone in on the strike zone, try to get back in it, because 6 straight balls, you would assume that the Blues now have the auto take sign. Don't swing unless he comes into the strike zone. And Hudson will look to right these pass wrongs.
And for Santa Barbara, only using 2 pitchers yesterday, Peyton Gubler and Zach Brown, going the complete game between those two. A lot of arms available today, a pair of lefties and a lot of righties. The leadoff man is at first, Casey Borba. Hamilton needs to fire a strike, but this one is chopped over to Nolan Souza. There's one at second base. Can they turn 2? No. On the attempted 4-6-3, they get the 4-6. On the force out at second, Borba retired 1 away, but Max Lane will reach on a fielder's choice.
And that was chopped just high and just slow enough for Lane on the back end to beat it out. Always have to ensure, though, in that situation, you get the lead runner. The Foresters did exactly that.
Nolan Souza and TJ Pompey are 2 middle infielders. Souza at second, Pompey at short. And that's going to bring up now Parker Goff 1 away and still a man at first. Goff a strikeout victim in the opening inning. Check back to the man at first, in at head first. Max Lane, no problem for him. Goff still awaits the first pitch.
We see Johnny Rodriguez getting a day off over there at first base. See Patty, who seen a lot of time at third and in the outfield, but first a bit of uncharted waters.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch. The fastball from Hudson. 0-1. Good thing to get himself ahead in the count after going behind quickly to Lane and Borba, the first 2 batters. Coming set, Hamilton, man at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's another fastball missing just away to even up the count. The Blues leading 4-0 in the top of the third. The inning was the first inning, putting up 3.
Looks that Shea Went will start to just stretch out a little bit. A little bit of light toss down there with bullpen catcher Cooper Carter.
1-1 pitch, missing down to 89, ball 2. And Shea Went, we were told by Ryan Kramer, the pitching coach today, it was a priority to try to get him in the ball game. In this situation with Hamilton, through 2 1/3, Went can do some long relief duties if needed. 2-1 pitch, and this one's sent down the third base line, out of play. Sharply hit. Just couldn't even see that. Baseball was going so quick. That's strike 2.
Very fortunate that that went foul. Would have easily scored a Borba from first all the way to home. And you talked about the priority to get Shea Went into the game. That's simply because he hasn't pitched a lot. You got to get these arms loose, stay fresh for that national title push in Wichita. All hands on deck, and all of these games are kind of training moments for that.
Man at first, the 2-2 pitch, and it will miss high. Full count at 89 from Hamilton. On deck will be Braden Mondu, the DH. Only a single out Lane, grounded into that fielder's choice. Is at first. Decent lead at first station. Hamilton looking to fire a strike. 3-2 pitch, and Goff sends it towards the third baseman. Gets past DiMaggio and gets past the shortstop Pompey. That was a base hit into left. And that's going to put 2 aboard. Only a single out. Lane advances to second to bring up Mondu.
And if Borba's looking up there, he should have easily gotten to third base. You see the diving Jesse DiMaggio, the diving TJ Pompey. Third base was completely evacuated. Nobody was there. He could have coasted into third, but fortunately for the Sturs, only first and second with 1 out.
And here's Braden Mondu, DH. Worked the leadoff walk in the last inning, but a chance here for the Blues, 2 aboard. Try to add some more runs. They already lead 4-0, and Hudson Hamilton trying to prevent that and keep the Sturs in this ball game. Can't give up too many more runs and still stay in this game. First pitch, Mondu sees it, but that's in and out of the glove of Rogers, but the runners will hold. Great effort from Will not to allow the runners to advance.
And you see that fastball that was a scud in the dirt to Will Rogers' backhand. Even getting a glove on that is very impressive, and he was able to keep it in front, preventing the wild pitch.
It's 1-0. One away, two aboard, 1-0 pitch, and that one will miss. Good effort from Rogers, try to pull it back in the zone, but it is ball 2 to Braden Mondu.
We're back to that part of the order, Hunter, where the adult beverages are in effect once again. You hear the crowd. They're excited. They want to punch out very badly.
Hamilton comes set, look back to second base. 2-0 pitch, and Mondu sees one in, nearly clips his left side, ball 3. Third base is open with Max Lane at second, Goff at first.
It's been frustrating for Hudson Hamilton is the inability to locate that fastball. We hit on it in the first inning, but that's how you build your repertoire for the day, and it's held Hamilton back.
3-0 pitch, and this one's ground to the left side, and that ball will get through into left field. Lane comes in from second base. It's going to be close at the plate, but no throw to play at third base. Did they get him at third? They did. They get the runner, Parker Goff, who was at first, at third base for the second out, but Max Lane, who was at second, comes in to score. Braden Mondu, RBI single into left, drive in the 5th run of the day for the SLO Blues. 5-0, now the score, Blues on top.
And that is textbook baseball from a situational perspective, hitting a cutoff when a ball is hit to the outfield. The ability to hit DiMaggio, he then flipped it over to TJ Pompey as the runner tried to advance to third and got that out, but nonetheless, the Blues tack on another.
And here is Sam Ardois. First pitch, and Ardois will take a strike at 90, just clipping the inside portion of the zone, 0-1. So now with 2 gone, Mondu is at first. 5-0 the score, and the Blues keep on tacking on runs. The 0-1 pitch, runner goes, misses low, and the throw is late, sliding in head first. Is Mondu actually feet first in the second. Stolen bag, and 2 out, base runner and scoring position for the Blues yet again.
And that one was on Hudson Hamilton, just not paying attention to the runner at first and Mondu, and he steals it, no problem.
And Mondu has 2 stolen bags already in this game. 1-1 pitch, and Ardois will see a breaking ball missing away, ball 2. Now for Hudson Hamilton, run already in here in the 3rd, 5-0 the score. Do not allow a base hit. Do not allow Mondu to come in. Here's the pitch, and this one is hit well into left. Tracking back is Caden Peterson at the wall, and that ball falls at the base of the wall. A run will come in to score, and Ardois to second base. RBI double for the 8-hole hitter, and the Blues now lead 6-0 over the Santa Barbara Foresters.
And this now is the crooked number that you were looking to avoid. Hamilton attempting to keep his team back in the game, and would guess that the leash isn't much longer, Hunter, as Shea Went is getting loose quicker and quicker by the minute.
Now, discussion between Will Rogers, the catcher, and Hudson Hamilton. You also do see Tucker Holland starting to stretch. 2 lefties available in this pitching staff that doesn't have a whole lot of left-handed arms. But now 2 runs here in the 3rd, 6-0 through 2 2/3. It's going to be Gavin Constantine. Bottom of the order. He will have Ardois at second. But now, 6-run lead for the SLO Blues. It's looking a lot different now for the Foresters.
It's a very wide margin to come back from, but then on the flip side, you see it's only the 3rd inning. Just looking for 1 out, gets momentum.
Constantine sees a breaking ball, might have lipped the zone, but it misses away, ball 1. Constantine, a strikeout victim in the last inning. Hamilton has struck out 4 so far today. Comes set. Look back to second base, and well off second is Ardois, and he steps off and throws back at him. Holding on to him is Nolan Souza, the second baseman. Still 1-0 for Constantine.
Any confidence booster from Hudson Hamilton would go a long way. Even the little things, just executing an off-speed pitch for a strike.
Play back at second. They got him in a rundown between second and third, and Ardois. Now DiMaggio over to the shortstop. Pompey, did he make the tag? Yes, he did. Just able to slap the leather On the runner at second, Sam Ardois, and he is picked off in the rundown between second and third to get the Sturs out of the inning. But 2 more tacked on by the Slow Blues in the top of the third. Home half of the third we go. Markle, Peterson, Souza next. Sturs need some offense.
Santa Barbara Cookie Company Hula Hoop Contest.
Thanks for listening. But how would you like to read about your favorite team? Hi, this is Jim Buckley, and I'm proud to announce the publication of our first book about the Foresters, Stir It Up, the story of America's most successful summer baseball team, is out now. 100% of the profits from this new book will benefit the Hugs for Cubs. You can buy one at the ballpark or online. Visit sbforesters.org for a direct link, or look us up on bookbaby.com. You can also pick up a copy locally at the Mesa Bookstore or Chaucer's or the Tecolote Bookshop. Stir It Up includes a complete history of the team from the founding by Bob Townsend in 1991 through all 10 national championships under Bill Pintard. You'll hear again from great Foresters players, read about the Hugs for Cubs, check out our all-time records, and much more. Help the Hugs and read Stir It Up. More info at sbforesters.org.
Drew Markle will lead things off for the Santa Barbara Foresters, and they now trail by 6 runs in the bottom of the third. If they want to stay in this ballgame, they have got work to do. Markle stand in for the first time today. First pitch from Thomas Harper is missing away for ball 1 to Drew.
Drew Markle known for jumping on that first pitch fastball. That time, though, sees it away, is able to stay disciplined.
1-0 pitch, and Drew sees it down low. Quickly had 2 balls and no strikes, the leadoff man for the Foresters. In another matchup against the Slow Blues, these two teams met last night, Slow prevailing by 2. Now out to a copious lead here early. 2-0 pitch, and Markle will take a strike, 2-1.
Drew Markle, not a lot of time in the starting lineup over the past couple of weeks, but today getting that chance on the 4th of July.
2-1 pitch, and Markle sees it well away. That is ball 3. So far today, there's only been 2 base runners for the Sturs through the first 2. It was a base hit by Sebring in the first, and a leadoff double by Will Rogers. He ended up being stranded on the bases. 3-1 pitch from Harper, and Markle drills it. 1 hopper to Jeffries, who holds his ground, and the throw over to first will be in time to retire Drew Markle. 9-hole hitter, 1 away.
Now batting for the Foresters,
Really does feel, Hunter, that Drew Markle is the most unlucky man on the planet. He hits the ball hard every single at-bat, and it just finds gloves. Another ball that was barreled in a hitter's count, but unlucky for him, now 1 out.
Here's Caden Peterson back to the top of the order. 6-0 the score, Slow lead, Santa Barbara. First pitch, Peterson pops it up right side, maybe a chance in foul ground for the first baseman, and he is able to make the catch. What an effort from Casey Borba. It's out of your picture frame, but that ball was flared up. It looked like it was going to go out of play, but Borba, the wherewithal to catch it right in front of the fencing where the batting cages are, and that's 2 quick outs for Thomas Harper and the Slow Blues.
Very frustrating if you're Caden Peterson. That's one that you see off the bat and think it goes into the stands and you got another chance, but instead, a ball that finds the web right in foul territory.
Here's Nolan Souza trying to get on base, and the Sturs trailing by 6 runs. Of course, still in the bottom of the third. Need a chip away, need base runners, need to start working runs in if you want to be competitive later in this ball game. 1-0 pitch, and Nolan sees it down at 88, ball 2.
Souza last time through, that fly out to left field, caught all barrel, but just missed it from going out.
You've seen the baseball very well, the 2-0 pitch, and that one will miss just low. Ball 3. Souza ahead in the count. Jonas Sebring, no one's able to reach, will be next. But the Sturs, desperate need of base runners, bottom of the third. 3-0 pitch, and Nolan will take a strike. 3-1.
Looked from our angle as if that was in the same location, but this time called as a strike. With how patient Nolan Souza is, still only looking for one pitch in one spot.
3-1. Nolan sees it down. That is ball 4 and a 2-out walk for the Santa Barbara Foresters. That's the first walk that the Sturs have worked here this afternoon. Third base runner of the day. And that's going to bring up Jonah Sebring with 2 gone.
Sebring, his first time through, singled on that high chopper up the middle, showcasing his speed out of the batter's box. And Jonah's been so amazing all season long. We always hit on the offense and how productive he is batting third or second most days, but the defense is really what stands out to me. The jumps that he gets off of fly balls, and even coming here late as a Forester, he's integrated himself as one of the best players on this team.
Check back to Souza at first, in head first. Still waiting the first pitch to Sebring. These two teams, their 6th matchup of the season. They'll still have 2 more to be played. 2 more in the final week of the CCL season for the Sturs. Now the first pitch to Jonah. Runner goes and misses high for a ball in the throw on the third base side of second base. And in safely to second is Nolan. A stolen bag and a 2-out base runner in scoring position for SB.
And with 2 outs, that's a perfect situation to steal, knowing that even if Souza gets thrown out to start the next inning, you would have a great hitter in Jonah Sebring. But now, Sebring's got a chance to knock in the Sturs' first runner of this game.
Here's the pitch, and it will find the strike zone to even up the count 1-1. And the Sturs trail by 6. SLO put up 3 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 in the third innings. So a massive 6-0 lead. Here on back-to-back matchups against these two teams. 1-1 pitch, and Jonah on a breaking ball, swing and a miss, 1-2.
Filthy breaking ball there from Harper. Jonah now will have to choke up on the bat and just find a way to put a ball in play.
If he's able to reach, Jack Holman will be next. Can the Sturs score the first run of the game? Looks back from Harper, 1-2 pitch, and Sebring chops it on 2 hops to the third baseman. That was a tough pick, and the throw over is a good one. That is a great play from Gavin Constantine. That ball was hit hard, and he made it look easy. But Nolan Souza, who had the 2-out walk and the stolen base, is stranded. Sebring grounds out. To the 4th we go. Blues lead by 6.
Forester players, if you want to get in and join, you're welcome.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
Top of the fourth inning, and the Santa Barbara Foresters will make their first pitching change. Shea Went will now enter the ball game. The final line for the starter, Hudson Hamilton, 3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 of which were earned, 2 walks, and 4 Ks for the starter, Hudson Hamilton. But Shea Went's going to face 9-1-2 due up for the Blues, with the SLO Blues leading 6-0 in this ball game. Gavin Constantine made that great play at third base to close out the last inning. He sees the first pitch now from Went, and check swing, and he'll take fastball at 91 down, ball 1.
Went enters this outing with 10 1/3 innings of work, a 2.61 ERA, and has been so good in long relief all season long.
And the second pitch missing, down as well, ball 2. And the last time Shea entered a ball game was actually on Sunday in that extra inning game in SLO. 2-0 pitch and a foul tip back in the mask of Will Rogers, and Will won a baseball immediately. He's okay. It's 2-1. But for Shea, when he did enter last appearance, only faced one batter, not record an out, and that was when the Sturs were making a lot of pitching changes late in that game. 2-1 pitch, misses in, ball 3.
Big right-hander out of Creighton, just looking for another quality performance, and manager Bill Pintard looking for outs.
And Went fires a strike. To now see a full count against Gavin Constantine, who struck out against Hudson Hamilton. Of course, now his first look at Shea. Good rhythm, 3-2 pitch, and Constantine will stay alive, fouls it back to the right of the dish. 3-2, it remains.
Love the challenge fastball from Shea Went there. Good timing from Constantine to foul it away. But now, Went can go to the off-speed or right back to the heater.
3-2 pitch, and that misses low. Ball 4, and for the 4th consecutive inning, in every inning so far, the Blues have their leadoff man aboard. In the first, the leadoff man, Ethan Royal, who now stands in, was hit. The next 2 innings, I should say the next 3 innings, including this one, all leadoff walks. Now the top of the order.
And I wanted to talk about that with you, Hunter. 4 straight innings where the first batter reaches via free pass, whether hit by pitch or a walk. That cannot happen when trying to mount a comeback in particular. And in order to stay into a game, you have to limit those free passes.
First pitch now, Ethan Royal. He'll take a fastball in, ball 1. Royal, he's been hit, a run scored, and also a base hit. That was against Hudson Hamilton. 6-0, the Blues in command here in Santa Barbara. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Royal will take a strike at 90 to even up the count.
Ethan Royal talked about the hit by pitch in the first, and then he reached via the TJ Pompey error that gave the Blues their 4th run.
1-1, and a breaking ball missing high. That's ball 2.
The name of the game for a pitching staff, and something the Foresters have done well all season long, is filling up the strike zone and constantly attacking hitters, and today that has been their fault.
2-1 pitch, and that is down on a fastball from Shea, and he's going to need to fire a strike after giving up a leadoff walk to Gavin Constantine. Braden Jeffries will be next, and then after him will be Cooper Witten, who has struck out twice today, but he's got the most pop in the lineup. Check back to the man at first, Constantine. He's in, no problem. Still 3-1 for Royal. In this 6-0 game, Went needs a strike, 3-1 pitch, and Royal sends it over to short. Backing up is Pompey. The throw to second is good. The throw to first is also good. A 6-4-3 double play. 2 gone in the 4th.
That is huge for the Foresters, Hunter, and you talk about needing some sort of confidence. That is exactly what it is. And even on the defensive side, you still can ignite that energy by turning a double play just like they did. 6-4-3, very smooth around the horn. Love it from the Sturs, 2 down.
That's going to bring up Braden Jeffries, bats from the left side. First pitch, and Jeffries sees it in at 92, ball 1. Jeffries today has got a hit. He's also been hit. He's reached base twice and also a run scored. But a massive double play turned by Santa Barbara. And the SLO Blues were threatening with Ethan Royal ahead in the count. Double play turned. 1-0 pitch to Jeffries, and Jeffries sees it away on off-speed, ball 2.
For Shea Went as well, not being able to find the strike zone at his prolific nature, that double play is that much more massive.
Shea's been moving quick on the bump. Just a swing and a miss on the fastball. 2-1 the count against Braden Jeffries. Plays for Michigan. 2-1 pitch. And this one is sprayed back into the fence. Strike 2.
You're absolutely right, Hunter. Getting it and going, trying to find a rhythm. And that could be a reason for why more strikes are starting to find the zone. As he started the out in ball, ball, ball. Now the zone's getting filled up, and Went continues to work quickly.
2-2 pitch. And Jeffries just stays alive, fouling it back directly behind the dish. Remains 2-2.
That's one of those, Hunter, where I shouldn't be flinching because we're behind a fence, but naturally the human instincts took over, and I looked pretty bad there.
The 2-2, and that one sent well foul over the fence into the left of the dish. 2-2. Hey, it happens to the best of us, even a chain link fence in front of us.
It's all good. I'll make up for it.
And Went, his first inning, gave up the walk, but the double play turned. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The delivery to Jeffries. And this ball is sent into left center field. Caden Peterson will slide over and make the squeeze in left center field, and Jeffries retired. Went gave up the walk, but the double play and then the line out into left. Went only has to see 3 in the 4th. Go to the bottom half of the inning. Blues lead by 6.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara Airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara Airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Jack Holman leads off the 4th inning for the Sturs, and they need some offense, trailing by 6. Thomas Harper remains in the ballgame, the starter for the SLO Blues. Here's the first pitch to Jack, and Holman will take a strike at 87, 0-1.
Holman with that fly out to center field in the first inning, just got under a heater. Has struggled with the breaking pitch all season long, but has been doing so much damage on that fastball.
Sees an off speed in there for strike 2. Will Rogers will be next, and then TJ Pompey in this inning for the Sturs. And Thomas Harper, the starter, quickly ahead against Holman. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And Holman will stay alive, setting it mile high and out play down the first baseline. 0-2.
We hit on it every time we do a broadcast together, Hunter, but just how good Jack Holman really is. And in these 2 strike counts, he's constantly came through.
Here's this one is grounded to the second baseman. Jeffries on a full-blown run could not make the play. It bounds up his arm. But as a result, Jack Holman will reach base. That was a tough play for the second baseman.
Now batting for the
will go down as an infield singer for Holman, and the Sturs have their leadoff man aboard.
If that play was made by Jeffries over there at second, it would have been miraculous because of how hard that ball was hit. A hit for Jack Holman. A little bit of a rally here in the 4th for the Sturs.
It's going to bring up Will Rogers the first time he stood in. It was a leadoff double, even though he was stranded at 3rd. The Sturs looking for their first runs of the ball game, trailing by 6. First pitch to Rogers, down. Good grab by Goff to keep Jack Holman at first. It is the bottom of the fourth. 2 consecutive days that these teams are meeting up. Sturs in the first 5 took 3 out of the 5. 3-2 the record against the Blues. This pitch missing in. Ball 2 to Will Rogers.
And Will's first at-bat. When you're dialed in, that textbook opposite field power, that's what Will Rogers showcased. And in a hitter's count, another chance to do some damage.
Holman at first, no outs, bottom of the fourth, 2-0 pitch, and that one's down in the dirt. Ball 3, and Will Rogers sitting pretty with TJ Pompey next.
And I would assume this will be an auto take sign. Down 6-0. Base runners are more important than the long ball. Will Rogers looking to find a way.
3-0 pitch, and will see ball 4, and that is 4 straight balls from Thomas Harper to Will Rogers, and that's going to put 2 aboard. Holman goes to second. Rogers aboard for the second time today is double, and now a walk for TJ Pompey.
The ideal situation if you're TJ Pompey looking to break out of a slump. 2 guys on base, no outs, and 1 big swing gets the Foresters right back in this ballgame.
Pompey today a pop up to the shortstop, Sam Ardois. But a huge opportunity here for TJ. Still with no outs, at least try to advance both base runners into scoring position. To follow him will be Jesse DiMaggio. Wind's blowing from right to left, almost out towards left center field. First pitch, and Pompey will take strike at 88, 0-1.
For Harper, the last thing you want to do is walk guys when you're up by 6. We talked about it on the flip side, but in this situation, a 4-pitch walk to Will Rogers is unacceptable and gives the Foresters a real chance.
The 0-1, this one's chopped down to the third baseman. Constantini goes to second for 1. Will it be 2 to first? It will not. Throw late. Pompey will reach on the fielder's choice. Holman advances to third, and Will Rogers, a force-out victim at second for the first out.
And yes, it moves the runner over, but another at-bat from TJ Pompey where he couldn't get a hold of a barrel. Rolls over to the third baseman, but enough speed on the back end to beat it out. Jesse DiMaggio had that very productive at-bat in the second inning. Deep fly ball to center. One of those would do well here and score a run.
First pitch, and Jesse nearly gets hit, and that's a ball 1 in. DiMaggio trying to score Jack Holman at third, but the Sturs trying to plate their first run of the ball game, trailing by 6. 6-0 our score. Second base open. Check back to TJ, and he's 5 for 6 in terms of stolen bases this season.
Would be a good chance here to maybe swipe a bag, but also do not want to make any outs on the bases when you're down by 6.
Thomas Harper, 1-0 pitch, and DiMaggio, sharp hit ball to the third baseman. This could be 2. There's 1 at second. Will it be 2? Oh, yes, it is. What a play from the third baseman. That robs the Santa Barbara Foresters of any and all momentum. They cannot play a run of 5-4-3. DiMaggio grounds into, and the Sturs had an opportunity and could not convert. DiMaggio grounding into that double play. We go to the 5th, and the Blues still on top 6-0 over the Foresters. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the 5th inning. The Slow Blues maintain a 6-0 lead over the Santa Barbara Foresters, with Shea Went remaining on the hill. He's going to face Witten, Borba, and Lane in this inning. Cooper Witten today's 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts. First pitch, and it will miss low for ball 1. But Aiden, 2 phenomenal plays from the third baseman, Constantine, to end the 3rd and the 4th innings for the Slow Blues. Already the pitch on its way to 1-0 as Witten will take a strike.
And what a play it was from Constantine. Not only to knock that ball down and get a glove on it, but a strong, accurate throw to second base on time, and then they get the double play on the back end. He's been a rally killer on defense.
That was a 1-1 up, right side. Maybe a chance for Patterson at first base, but he just runs out of real estate, stared in the ballpark, but fell just literally on the chain link down that right side. And it'll be straight 2 to Cooper Witten.
Looks like Cooper might get a new piece of lumber, might have broke that bat. And we know how much power this guy possesses with that big hit he had yesterday. Has struck out twice so far, but a very dangerous hitter that Wenten has to be careful with.
Shea is ahead. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Witten squibs it over to the second baseman. Souza slides over and is able to make the play to first to retire Witten, who grounds out 1 away in the 5th.
Now batting for the Blues, the first
Nice play by Nolan Souza. That's always tough, Hunter, with the spin kind of tailing towards the outfield, but being able to stay down and make a strong throw.
That's going to bring up Casey Borba. Bases clear, 1 away. Blues leading 6-0, top of 5. First pitch, and Borba see it high, ball 1. Casey Borba today, 2-run triple in the first and worked a walk in the 3rd. Also a run scored in that first inning when he drove in a pair. 1-0 pitch, and Borba tried to turn on one. Taps it straight down foul, 1-1.
And Shea Went has done a great job, Hunter, at steadying the ship. Coming out of the bullpen, staying ready, throwing strikes. And yes, still down 6-0 with the Foresters, but he's giving them a chance to compete and come back in this game.
1-1 pitch. Borba takes a fastball strike down the middle, 1-2. And for Shea, first man he faced, he walks, induced a ground ball to turn to double play. And Jeffries retired to end the last, and Witten, leadoff man, sat down. 1-2 pitch, and Borba strikes out. 2 gone in the 5th, and Went has his first K.
Starting to get comfortable, and you see the off-speed stuff. That curveball, straight hammer, north to south. And a swing through from Borba. A quick 2 outs for the Sturs.
That's going to bring up Max Lane. First pitch, and Lane will see a heater away, ball 1. Lane was able to drive in a run in the opening inning with a ground out, ground into a fielder's choice in the 3rd, but did come around to score on that in that 3rd inning. 1-0 pitch, and this ball was near the hands, sent back, strike 1.
We talked about the freedom that you have when you're ahead by a lot of runs, but there's also that same freedom when you're down by a lot, knowing that attacking the strike zone won't change the score too much.
3rd pitch missing to Lane. That is ball 2. And Shea entering for Hudson Hamilton, who went the first 3 innings. 2-1 pitch. As Max Lane will take down low at fastball missing. That is ball 3. On deck will be Parker Goff. Max Lane is able to reach. First 2 sat down by Shea. Here's a 3-1 offering. And Lane will send over the first base dugout in the netting. It's 3-2.
And Shea Went 3-2, 2 outs. Talked about it with the current score, but a challenge heater is in the works.
Payoff pitch, and Lane will see ball 4 down as a 2-out walk for the Slow Blues. Second time Lane is aboard, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Parker Goff.
He went to that fastball, but just missed in the dirt, kind of
Now
overthrew
batting
it.
for the Blues,
But
the
no harm,
catcher,
no
number
foul.
45,
With
Parker
2 outs,
Goff.
just have to get right back in the strike zone.
Bottom half of this inning, Patterson, Markle, Peterson, 8, 9, and 1 coming up for the Santa Barbara Foresters, trailing by 6. 3 runs in the first for SLO, 1 in the second, and 2 in the third to get to where we are currently in terms of that 6-0 score. Man at first. Swent looks down. Goff, first pitch. That's down the dirt. Ball 1.
Will Rogers keeps working back there. Beautiful glove work to the backhand, keeping the ball in front.
Goff today, a strikeout and a base hit in the third. First look at Shea Went for him. And at first, here's the 1-0 pitch, and that one is sprayed back in the fencing, strike 1.
No, it's 4th of July, Hunter. Do you have any favorite 4th of July food? Something you rely on every single year? Is there a go-to?
Oh, I'd probably have to say my mother's pasta salad. I love that. She always makes it. She's probably maybe cooking some up relatively soon. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and this one's chopped over, actually grounded to TJ Pompey at short, and the throw over to first was in time. And Parker Goff will ground out 6-3, third out of the inning. Patterson, Markle, Peterson next. SLO lead by 6. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
In the bottom of the 5th inning from Santa Barbara High School in the SLO Blues, the road team remain on top 6-0 our score. Daniel Patterson will lead things off for Santa Barbara, and they got some work to do. Trailing by 6 runs, needing some base runners. They had some in the last inning, but a double play turned by Gavin Constantine in the infield, who has been very, very good this ball game to prevent any runs from coming in. First pitch now to Daniel Patterson. And Daniel will see a slider for a strike, 0-1.
The Stars looking for any ounce of life to just get back into this ball game. The pitching has kept him in it, but the offense has to come along for the ride.
0-1. Check swing, did he go? First base umpire says no. 1-1. Patterson today, a ground out to short. Sam Ardois is over there defensively. It's 1-1. Here's the pitch from Thomas Harper. And this one is chopped over to the shortstop on the backhand. This is a tough play if he's able to make it, but the throw will be late. Good effort from Sam Ardois, but Patterson's able to beat it out. It's an infield single, and Patterson aboard for the first time.
Now batting for the Foresters, sponsored by
That's a
Mesa
great
Cafe,
job
the center fielder,
from Daniel
number
Patterson,
4,
and we look back to the second inning. The last time the Foresters got the leadoff runner, or actually they got the leadoff runner on last inning as well in Jack Holman. But stringing together that offense to start innings, the best way to mount a comeback.
Still the bottom of the 5th, down by 6. Still feasible. The 0-1 is Markle in the left center field. That is well hit for Drew. Markle at the wall, and that ball is off the wall for Drew Markle. He will go to second base. A near home run for Drew Markle. just needed a little bit more, but the Sturs in business, 2 in scoring position, no outs.
You see Drew on second. It's an emphatic stir it up, knowing how big of a hit that is. Inches away from a big fly out to left field. He will settle for an extra base hit. And finally, some good fortune for him, hitting the ball hard every at-bat. That time, it finds some outfield grass.
The 9th spot as well for Drew. It's going to bring around Caden Peterson, top of the order. Now a huge opportunity here for the Santa Barbara Foresters to put up their first runs of the ball game, trailing by 6 in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch to Peterson. He will take a strike at 88, nothing and 1.
For Peterson here, anything productive, just putting the ball in play, is needed.
The 0-1 pitch. Peterson whiffing a miss. The ball was down in the dirt, and good keep by Goff to keep the runners at bay. Nothing and 2. Peterson today a fly out to center field and had to pop up really the flare to the first baseman who was caught that ball, Casey Bohr, but in foul ground. What a time to try to pick up your first hit of the day right here. Played the first runs for the Sturs. Need to protect the plate. 0-2 pitch. Peterson sees down away 1-2.
And you look at what that production from the bottom of the order does. It sets the table for guys like Caden Peterson, a red-hot Nolan Souza on deck. This is the inning hunter for the Foresters to get right back in it.
1-2 pitch, and Peterson just misses it, taps it foul towards the third base on deck circle. You have to feel like at this point in the ball game, bottom of the 5th, not a bigger opportunity to put up a couple runs than right here.
Looks like a foot race between the bat boy and Nolan Souza. Bat boy wins.
All in good fun between those two. As Nolan will be scheduled next after 2 hits to kick off this inning for the Sturs. 1-2 pitch, and Peterson jammed out of play down that left field line.
Peterson will never go down easy. Sticks his nose in there and fights in every one of his at-bats. Exactly the guy you want up in this moment.
Patterson at third, Markle at second. 1-2 pitch, and Peterson checks swing, able to lay off the slider. 2-2. Winds currently blowing right to left. Shadows getting a bit longer here on Independence Day from Santa Barbara High School. Peterson trying to drive in the first runs. 2-2 pitch. Caden sends this one up the middle past the shortstop. That is a base hit. 1 run in. Markle from second looks to score, and he will. 2 RBI single for Caden Peterson. And the Sturs have cut the deficit to 4 runs.
That is awesome from Caden Peterson. Igniting some energy in that Forester dugout. A 2 RBI single. We have a new ball game, folks.
First 2 men that reach base come in to score. Now a visit from the manager out of that third base dugout for the SLO Blues. Thomas Harper in this 5th inning, yet to record an out. The score 6-2. SLO on top of the Sturs. But what an opportunity now for Santa Barbara. Still no outs, and you're going to have the big bats coming up, Souza, Sebring, and Holman. And just a conversation for Thomas Harper. Sturs still needs a few more here in this great opportunity.
Still no outs for the Foresters. Keep the line moving. That will be the motto for Santa Barbara as we move forward in the bottom of the 5th inning. And up steps Nolan Souza, who is the most patient hitter on the planet at the moment. We saw the walk in the 3rd, looking for 1 pitch.
This one sent to the first baseman. There's 1 at first. Will it be 2? And they have to slap the tag down to Peterson to turn the double play. And that takes away all the momentum of the Foresters after plating the 2 runs. Ground out to the first baseman. Then Borba hucks it over to one of his middle infielders who just has to slap the tag on Caden Peterson, who was left hung out to dry between first and second. 2 gone.
And a little bit of a broadcaster's jinx on my part, talking about the patience of Nolan Souza, and he proceeds to swing at the first pitch and ground it to a double play. He got a pitch he could hammer, but simply just missed it, and a big rally killer for the Foresters. That one hurts.
There's Sebring, check swing, but went around. on the slider from Thomas Harper, strike one. Sebring today, a base hit in the first and a ground out to the third baseman, Constantine. The 0-1, and that one's down in the dirt. Evens up the count, ball and a strike.
Looks like it rattled our camera just a little bit, but might have felt like an earthquake for the viewers at home, but everything's okay.
2 gone, bases clear, 2 runs in for Santa Barbara, 1-1 pitch, and Sebring sees it real close to the helmet, ball 2.
And anything remotely close to the helmet, to the body, will spark some chatter just because of what we saw earlier on in this game. Something to watch as we move on.
2-1 pitch, and Jonah swing and miss down the middle, 2-2. Big rip from Sebring, comes up empty.
And that was a perfect pitch to take that sort of hack on. Middle fastball. And Sebring with a home run swing, giving it his all, but a swing through.
2 gone. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Sebring strikes out, and he will be trying to reach base on the drop third strike. Maybe he did, but just able to slap his foot on the base was Casey Borba throwing him out at second. The side retired, but the Santa Barbara Foresters have put up 2 runs. It's now a 6-2 ball game. Blues lead going to the 5th.
Thanks for listening. But how would you like to read about your favorite team? Hi, this is Jim Buckley, and I'm proud to announce the publication of our first book about the Foresters, Stir It Up, the story of America's most successful summer baseball team, is out now. 100% of the profits from this new book will benefit the Hugs for Cubs. You can buy one at the ballpark or online. Visit sbforesters.org for a direct link, or look us up on bookbaby.com. You can also pick up a copy locally at the Mesa Bookstore or Chaucer's or the Tecolote Bookshop. Stir It Up includes a complete history of the team from the founding by Bob Townsend in 1991 through all 10 national championships under Bill Pintard. You'll hear again from great Foresters players, read about the Hugs for Cubs, check out our all-time records, and much more. Help the Hugs and read Stir It Up. More info at sbforesters.org.
Top of the 6th inning from Santa Barbara High School. Eddie Matthews Field, Braden Mondu will lead things off. First pitch from Shea Went. And will find the strike zone, 0-1 Shea. Back out for his 3rd inning of relief work. And Mondu, Ardois, Constantine up in this inning, bottom of the order for the Blues. Here is the 0-1 pitch, and Mondu fouls it off, strike 2. The Slow Blues still leading 6-2 over the Foresters.
And I just want a round of applause for what Shea Went has done so far. Hudson Hamilton, a phenomenal starting pitcher, but just didn't have his stuff today. And Shea Went staying ready out of the bullpen, everything working for him.
The 0-2 pitch, and Mondu sends it into right. Jonas Sebring trying to track that ball down, but it falls. First base, Mondu going to second, and that will be a lead-off double for the DH, Braden Mondu. 3rd time reaching base today.
Another great swing from Braden Mondu. He's reached base in all 3 of his plate appearances this afternoon. Power to the opposite field, and you see Jonas Sebring tracking it near the foul line, but didn't have the speed to get to it. Shea Went looking to pitch around a no-out double.
Here's Sam Ardois, who had a double of his own, scored, pushing a run with that double in the 3rd. Last time he stood in. First pitch, and it will miss away at 88, ball 1. And this is the 9th batter that Shea Went will face in his outing in relief. Ardois before that double, fly out into left.
And to me, Hunter, based on the way that Will Rogers caught that fastball, it looked like he might have been crossed up, and that's why this mound visit is occurring. Making sure that their signs are on the same page. You don't want Will to get hurt with a pitch he's not expecting.
And the Blues an opportunity to get back one of the runs that they just gave up to Santa Barbara. Couple looks back to second. 1-0 pitch. Ardois will send it back. Strike one.
Good challenge heater from Shea Went to open up the AB.
So it's a ball and a strike for the shortstop, Ardois. 6-2 our score. The Stars just put up 2 runs in the last inning. Now on the top of 6. Couple looks to second. 1-1 pitch as Ardois sees it away. Off speed at 74. Ball 2.
Ardois had that double in the third like we talked about. And the Blues, they've been scoring 1 through 9 in the lineup. That's made them very deadly in this series.
This 2-1 into center field. Marco just has to slide over a step or two to his left, and a good catch and rock over to the shortstop, Pompey, to hold the runner at second. Ardois retired, unable to advance Mondu to third, 1 away.
Now batting for the Blues, the third baseman, number 6,
A quality of every great pitcher is the ability to get back into the strike zone after falling behind. Shea Went there, able to do so and get the Forsters their first out, but not out of the woodwork yet. Constantine been working great at bats out of the 9 spot. We've seen him flash the leather on defense. Have to be smart here.
Worked a walk last time up. First pitch, and it will miss high. Ball 1. Constantine was actually the first batter that Shea Went faced out of the bullpen, so second time through now for all San Luis Obispo Blues at Shea Went. We do see action in the bullpen down that right field line. Looks like Ty Zarodnik, the lefty, warming. 1-0 pitch. Constantine pops up right side. Patterson down the right field line. Foul ground now called off by Jonas Sebring, who makes the catch, the right fielder, and a good throw over to Pompey at the second base bag to hold the runner. And a big second out for the Stars here in the 6th.
You know, and I talked about it, Hunter, when Jonas Sebring was actually batting, but how good of a defensive outfielder he is. We've seen him in center field for the majority of this season. Today, he's in right and sprinting all the way down the foul line. That's one of those plays where it's either you or Patterson, and you're talking who's got it, but Sebring ends up hauling it in, and a great second out.
And a massive second out to bring up the top of the order, and Ethan Royal ground into a double play last time up. He's 0 for 2 today, even though he was hit to start the game. First pitch, big breaking ball missing, ball 1.
And Ethan Royal is one of those guys for the Blues where they can stick him in the top of the order any given day, and he will produce in some way, shape, or form.
Here's the second pitch. That is up the middle, and that gets through the second baseman Souza. Base hit into center field. The play at the plate takes a wicked hop off the hill, and as a result, Mondu comes in to score. It was a rocket from Drew Markle, giving everything he's got in center field to try to launch it in towards home. But a run scores, and Ethan Royal, RBI single, and the score now 7-2. Blues back out on top by a little bit more.
Unfortunate there, a really good throw from Drew Markle. And it looked like the runner there would have still ended up making it in Mondu, but played a factor in that throw.
First pitch, Braden Jeffries down. Will Rogers, as he's done all game, phenomenal behind the dish. Keeps in front of him, ball 1. So Ethan Royal has made a 7-2 game. Lead back to 5 for the SLO Blues after Santa Barbara Forsters had the momentum in that 5th inning, picking up 2 runs with no outs. Check back to the man at first, Royal in safe. But now you want to sit down Jeffries and get the bats right back out there, don't you, Aiden?
Absolutely, and that's what Shea Went will be looking to do. In just a couple of pitches, find a way to get that third out.
This one's up the middle, deflects over to the first baseman. Unlucky. As a result, the runner at first is going to third base. That went off the legs of Shea Went, and as a result, Jeffries will reach base. That ball was about a third of the way down the right field line to put runners on the corners, 2 gone. Very unlucky there for Shea Went. Is now the pitching coach going to make sure his pitcher is okay.
That caught him what it appeared to be on the ankle. Very hard hit ball from Jeffries right back up the middle. And if that gets by Shea Went, it likely is a base hit up the middle. So him knocking it down gave the Forsters a chance, but kicked away just enough from Daniel Patterson.
A quick look from Ryan Kramer and Shea. So that puts runners on the corners. Braden Mondu had a leadoff double. He has scored. Ethan Royal drove him in with a base hit. Now at third, and Jeffries at first. Here is Cooper Witten. He is 0 for 3 today. But you definitely want to be careful with this man batting on the third spot in the order. Here's the first pitch, as Witten will take a strike on off speed, 0-1. Good start for Went against Witten. First time against Shea went today. Cooper Witten grounded out to second base. The 0-1, and Witten quickly down 0-2. 2 consecutive pitches, around 77 miles an hour.
This is unlike the Foresters, Hunter. All season long, the pitching has been A+, to say the least, and we talked to Ryan Kramer about it. This is just a different sort of day for the Sturs.
Just one sent foul just to the right of the dish. Remains 0-2. Zarodnik is warming, one of the 2 lefties available, Holland and Zarodnik. Southpaws that would likely come into the game next. Runners on the corners, 2 gone. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Witten will strike out, swing and a miss on the off speed, and Shea will get out of the inning, limiting the damage to only a single run. Bottom of the 6th we go. Blues lead 7-2 over the Santa Barbara Foresters.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Top of the 6th inning, the road team leading the Blues 7-2 over the Santa Barbara Foresters. We have a couple changes now for the Slow Blues. Erikas Pajunas will now enter on the hill, the right-hander. He's going to face Holman, Rogers, and TJ Pompey to kick off this inning. Also at second base, Tyler Hamilton now in at the second station. Pajunas' first pitch, and this one is tapped down the first baseline. It's the first baseman to field it. Underhand toss to the pitcher to retire Jack Holman. One pitch, and he will ground out one away.
One thing you'll see from Pajunas is very methodical, slow on the bump, in control. And it will be a different adjustment for the Foresters after the starter, Harper. Unfortunate for Holman to roll over on one pitch. Rogers looking to pick him up.
Thomas Harper going 5. giving up 2 runs to the Santa Barbara Foresters, 7-2 our score. And here's Will Rogers. He's got a double and a walk here this afternoon. First pitch, and Will sees it over his head on a breaking ball, 1-0.
Will Rogers, 2 very nice at-bats so far in this game. A double in the second and a walk in the 4th inning. Dialed in at the dish.
1-0 pitch to Will, and Rogers rockets it straight to the third baseman. What a play from Gavin Constantine. We have seen it all game long, robbing Will Rogers of extra bases on the liner to the third baseman. Again, what a play from Constantine.
The definition of a gold glove over there at third base. You see Constantine picking any ground ball that comes his way, leaping in the air to make an amazing effort on a line drive. Ball was smoked by Will Rogers. Difficult second out and a tough pill to swallow for the Sturs.
2 quick outs for Pajunas. Here's Pompey, and TJ quickly down 0-1. Wow, that catch from Constantine. The reflexes to climb up and make that catch and make it with ease for the second out of the inning. He's turned double plays, robbed base hits. Here's the 0-1. He's quickly down TJ, 0-2 against Ericus Pajunas.
And Pompey continues to look for that one hit at the plate. He's been struggling. He's been grinding, both defensively and offensively, to break out of this little slide.
0-2. Slider misses away. Great take from Pompey, 1-2.
See a lot of the people in the Blues field starting to walk off, but missed just a bit outside, and Pompey will get a second chance.
2 quick outs by Ericus Pajunas. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and TJ will see ball 2 down low at 88 on the delivery from Ericus. 2-2. Sturs trail by 5 runs here, bottom of 6. And Pajunas sat down first 2 in this inning. Here's the 2-2, and TJ taps it down the third base line. It remains 2-2.
Good fight from TJ Pompey. That's another way to kind of break out of a slide, is work deep counts. And the longer an at-bat goes, the more likely you'll see a mistake.
The 2-2, and Pompey will take strike 3. The fastball got him looking, and Ericus Pajunas enters this ball game, sees 3 and sits 3 down. Go to the 7th. SLO Blues lead 7-2 over Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com. We have a pitching change for the Santa Barbara Foresters going to the 7th. The SLO Blues leading 7-2 over SB. Ty Zarodnik, the left-handed pitcher, will now enter for Shea Went. Shea went 3 innings in relief, gave up 3 hits, 1 run which was earned. He walked 1 and struck out a pair, but it is now Zarodnik to face Casey Borba to kick off this inning.
Shea Went was awesome, and turning it over to Ty Zarodnik, a 1.13 ERA on the season, 9 strikeouts to 2 walks, big left-handed southpaw frame on the mound. He throws hard with that natural two-seam tail. Ty's fun to watch, and needing another 0 to just keep the Foresters within striking distance.
First pitch to Casey Borba, the first baseman. He sees it away at 85. Now into the later innings, 7-2 SLO lead. You said, Aiden, for the Santa Barbara pitching and defense, do not allow any more runs. Give your team a chance. Bottom half of innings. 1-0 pitch, and that is in there at 79 to even up the count.
Zarodnik at Oklahoma last season, but likely will be entering the transfer portal and still trying to figure out that whole process, just like many of these players are.
The 1-1 down to 87. That is ball 2 in Casey Borba today. 2-run triple in the opening inning, which really set the table for the SLO Blues moving forward in the ballgame. He has worked to walk and struck out. First man facing Zarodnik today. 2-1 pitch, and it is in there at 81, 2-2.
That curveball looks very good from Zarodnik. 81 miles per hour, a ton of break.
First man he faces leading off the 7-2-2 pitch, and it misses in full count. So the leadoff man, Max Lane, will be next, and then Parker Goff for the SLO Blues. And for Santa Barbara, next couple games not getting any easier. Playing Conejo down in the Thousand Oaks tomorrow, and then hosting Conejo on the weekend, the top team in the CCL South. But here's a 3-2 pitch, and Borba will take strike 3. He thought he had first base, but Zarodnik gets him looking. 1 away in the 7th.
Now batting for the Blues, the left fielder, number 18, Max Lane.
Taking a little bit off of that one, and you talked about it with Conejo. Very good ball club, and they've played the Foresters tough all season long. You know, similar to these games with the Blues, when we get into the weekend, those games are going to be close both ways.
Here's Max Lane, first pitch well away at 86. And also for Conejo, no game today, and they've won 7 straight CCL games. They have been playing phenomenally. It's going to be a very tough matchup next 2 games for the Sturs after today. 1 away. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Max Lane will take a strike, 1-1.
And the CCL games are oh so important, especially against a team like the Blues. And dropping 2 straight is never something you want to do if you're the Sturs. Trying to will themselves back into this one.
Last one missing from Zarodnik. It's ball 2. 2-1 the count. The leadoff man sat down. Base is clear, 7-2 SLO lead. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and that's away, ball 3.
Ty just having that pitch get away from him at 84, up and away. Looking to get back in the strike zone with his best pitch here.
We do see Tucker Holland, another lefty in the bullpen if needed. Starting to warm up. 1 away. Here is a 3-1 pitch, and Max Lane will take a strike.
A lot of off-speed pitches we're seeing from Ty Zarodnik. Not relying on that heater, but flipping over breaking balls for strikes.
Time being called by the batter. And looks like our home plate umpire favoring the outside portion of the plate.
And that's something, if you're a pitcher, you're not too fond of, especially in this sort of count. Might see a heater from Ty Zarodnik.
3-2 pitch, and this breaking ball is sent foul, well foul, over the bullpen down the right field line. Mains 3-2.
Still working that off speed. See, appears to be Tucker Holland down there, the big left-hander, just in case Ty Zarodnik can't finish this inning.
Here's a 3-2 pitch, called strike 3, and Zarodnik has back-to-back looking strikeouts here in the top of the 7th.
Filthy stuff from Ty Zarodnik. Inner half of the plate, painting the inside corner. And Ty Zarodnik has that natural movement where, for right-handed batters, it's even a rough at-bat with the natural tail to the fastball. The curveball that comes backdoor, late break on the outer half of the zone, and he's locating all over the place right now.
That's going to bring up Parker Goff. 1 for 3 today. First pitch, and Goff drills it into left, tracking back is Caden Peterson. Looks like he'll stay in the yard. Peterson backhand will make the squeeze in left center field. Zarodnik strikes out a pair and induces the fly out into left in the top half of the 7th. Stretch time from Santa Barbara. SLO leads 7-2.
Thanks for listening. But how would you like to read about your favorite team? Hi, this is Jim Buckley, and I'm proud to announce the publication of our first book about the Foresters, Stir It Up, the story of America's most successful summer baseball team, is out now. 100% of the profits from this new book will benefit the Hugs for Cubs. You can buy one at the ballpark or online. Visit sbforesters.org for a direct link, or look us up on bookbaby.com. You can also pick up a copy locally at the Mesa Bookstore or Chaucer's or the Tecolote Bookshop. Stir It Up includes a complete history of the team from the founding by Bob Townsend in 1991 through all 10 national championships under Bill Pintard. You'll hear again from great Foresters players, read about the Hugs for Cubs, check out our all-time records, and much more. Help the Hugs and read Stir It Up. More info at sbforesters.org.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Bottom of the 7th inning, and the bottom of the order coming up is Erica Pajunas remains on the hill, the reliever for the SLO Blues, who took over in the last inning, had 3 up, 3 down. First pitch to Jesse DiMaggio, misses well away, ball 1. Sturs trailed by 5 runs, bottom of the 7th. Looking to get 1 or 2 here, keep things interesting to the final 2 innings. And Pajunas, 1-0 pitch to Jesse, and it will miss down low at 87, ball 2.
And the Foresters are beginning to run out of time. You talked about it. Getting just a run or 2 back in this inning goes a long way from a confidence perspective that the deficit's in striking distance.
As a 2-1 popped up left side, Constantine now in foul ground, the third baseman, and he will make the catch, having to readjust from the wind. Makes the catch directly on the chalk line. And Jesse DiMaggio retired on the pop-up and foul ground by the third baseman. 1 away, bottom 7.
Just missed that one, and Constantine over there, that wasn't an easy play by any means. Big league pop-up from DiMaggio, and he holds on.
Here's Daniel Patterson, 1 for 2 today. His first look at Erica's Pajunas. First pitch to Daniel, and he will see a fastball missing away, ball 1. Daniel ground out to short, base hit to lead things off in the 5th inning, and also a run scored. One-0 pitch, and Daniel in the right center field, sliding over the center fielder, Ethan Royal, called off by his right fielder, and it is Cooper Witten who makes the squeeze out in right center field. 2 quick outs for Erica's Pajunas, and you feel like since he's entering this ballgame in his 6th, he's been working very quickly, getting outs very quickly.
And one thing that is important for the Foresters is to still stay patient. Don't get too happy on pitches that you see over the middle. Mounting to come back takes base runners, and I feel like the Foresters, as we've moved into the late innings, have been just a little too aggressive, and that's plagued them.
2 gone for the 9-hole hitter, Drew Markle. First pitch, and Drew chops it down the third baseline over the head of the third baseman. That is a base hit down the left field line. Markle trying to stretch it for two. It's going to be close. Markle sliding in feet first. He is out. Thrown out at second base, trying to push it to a double, and Drew will have to go back to the first base dugout, and the side retired. Ericus Pajunas gives up the base hit to Markle, thrown out at second, trying to stretch it, only having to face 3 batters in the inning. We head to the 8th. SLO leads 7-2.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
On our way to the 8th inning, in the SLO Blues leading 7-2 over the Santa Barbara Foresters. Braden Mondu, Sam Artois, Gavin Constantine, bottom of the order, coming up to face a brand new pitcher, Tucker Holland, another lefty.
Tucker Holland hasn't had a ton of work so far this season, only 3 innings pitched, a 12 ERA in those. So looking to have a little bit of a bounce back outing after those 4 earned in 3 innings.
First pitch to Braden Mondu, popped up shallow right field. In comes Jonas Sebring. The right fielder makes the squeeze. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Tucker Holland. 1 away in the top half of the 8th.
Looking back to that last out of the bottom of the 7th, that's something that just cannot happen when you're down by 5 runs, making it out on the bases. We talked about it, but station to station is the motto, needing to just string together hits, and love the aggressive nature from Drew Markle, but if you go, you got to make it. And unfortunately, he was out at second.
Here's Sam Artois, 1 away, base is clear. First pitch, and Artois will see it down low at 87, ball 1. And the final line as well for Ty Sorodnik. He only pitched an inning in relief. No hits, no runs, no walks, and 2 Ks for Ty, his 1 inning of relief work. Here's the next pitch, and it will miss. I'll find the strike zone. Clips a corner at 87, 1-1.
Great location from Tucker Holland, pitching loose, and has been working that 2-pitch mix, fastball and off speed.
Here's the 1-1. This one's in the right field line. Sebring cannot make the play. That ball was cutting away off the bat of the right-handed batter, away from Jonas Sebring in the right, and it will fall. A 1-out knock for Sam Artois, his 2nd hit of the day.
Number 6, Gavin Constantine.
Artois did not hit that ball hard at all, but it found outfield grass. A really good spot from Tucker Holland in on the hands with the heater, but also showing his strength, just punching one to right.
And here is Gavin Constantine, fantastic 3rd baseman today. First pitch missing high. Looked like he might have lit up the zone. Does not get the call as Tucker Holland. Ball 1. Constantine 0 for 2 with a walk. 1-0 pitch. We'll have to wait. Check back to the man at first, Artois. He's in, no problem. Remains 1-0 for the 9-hole hitter, Gavin Constantine.
for Constantine, he's reached once via walk in the 4th.
And that ball will get past Patterson, and able to advance to second will be Ardois, maybe even to third. Sebring, the left fielder, comes all the way in, and to third base goes Sam Ardois on the errant throw. Not just one bag, but 2 bags. Ardois is able to capitalize, and there's a man all the way to third base. Only a single out here, top of the 8th.
That's very frustrating if you're Tucker Holland. As a lefty, you get that natural freeze from the base runner at first, not wanting to get picked off, but Tucker Holland throws it away. A diving effort from Daniel Patterson, but cannot corral it.
So Constantine now an opportunity to drive in another run. The 1-0 pitch will miss in for ball 2. It is a 7-2 ball game, SLO Blues on top. Another run is tacked on here by the Blues. Sturs have 6 outs to play with. 2-0 pitch, and that ball is kept in front by Will Rogers. Heck of an effort from the catcher, but it is ball 3 to the 9-hole hitter, Constantine.
Will Rogers cannot express enough how amazing he has been behind the dish, blocking everything, and especially with a runner on third base.
3-0 pitch is Holland will find the strike zone. 3-1. Rogers today lights out as the catcher. Haven't seen him catch a game in quite some time since the early goings of the season. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Constantine swinging a miss, full count.
Tucker Holland sitting high 80s on that fastball, but from the left side, so deceptive.
There's a man at third, 1 out, payoff pitch, and a strikeout. Constantine goes down swinging on the fastball from Tucker Holland. 2 down in the 8th.
It's a beautiful job by Tucker Holland to elevate a fastball with 2 strikes. The eyes light up from Constantine, and he swings right through it.
Here's now the top of the order. Ethan Royal will dig in for the 5th time today. He's been hit, scored a run. He reached on error, grounded into a double play. RBI base hit last time up, which was against Shea Wentz in the 6th. There's a man at third. First pitch, and Royal will take a strike. 0-1. When you look at what the SLO Blues have done this game, 3 in the first, really set the stage early. A run in the second, 2 in the third, tacking on 1 in the 6th. The 0-1 pitch, and Royal will see it in, ball 1.
And the Blues have had a balanced offensive attack all day long. You talked about it. Runs scored in a variety of innings. And with the lack of Forster offense, it's been tough to stay in it.
1-1 pitch, spoiled out of play over the first base dugout. Strike 2. And for the Sturs, they tacked on 2 runs in the 5th. They had the first 2 men aboard, Patterson and Markle. Caden Peterson had a 2-run single in the 5th to put the Sturs on the board. But it is a 7-2 ball game, top of the 8th. With 2 gone, Ethan Royal down the count. The 1-2 pitch, and he sees it in. Great keep again from Will Rogers, 2-2.
This is also an opportunity for Tucker Holland to ensure that he gets more innings as the season moves on. When you're down by this much, coaches are watching closely. Who can I lean on in future games?
It's fouled off by Ethan Royal, still 2-2. We do see Jake Fields, the right-handed pitcher, tossing down that right field line. We saw Hudson Hamilton go 3, Shea Went, first man in relief, go 3, or Zarodnik go 1. All the damage, I should say, most of the damage done in the first 3 innings, putting up 6 with the Blues. Here's the 2-2, and that's down, and that one will get away from Rogers, and a run will score from third. It is now an 8-2 ball game, top of the 8th inning. Sam Ardois, who scores from third on the errant pitch.
We've been praising Will Rogers all afternoon long, and that one just squirted away. You trust your catcher in that situation with the runner on third base to block it, but kicked far enough away for the runner to score.
2 gone, base is now clear. Here is the 3-2 pitch to Ethan Royal, and Royal into center field, right center field. Drew Markle has to slide over a few steps back, but makes the catch out in center. Royal flies out to end the inning, but a run does come in to score. Bottom of the 8th we go. Sturs need some runs. Top of the order next.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, Making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Going to the bottom of the eighth is now an 8-2 game slow lead. Santa Barbara Foresters' Caden Peterson, top of the order, leads things off. First pitch, we'll find the strike zone on the delivery from Ericus Pajunas, who has been very solid since coming in relief in the 6th inning.
Yeah, both Harper and Pajunas have been amazing. And Caden Peterson, he has that big hit that actually gave the Foresters their 2 runs with a 2 RBI single in the 5th.
So a 1-1 count now. Prior to that, pop up to the first baseman, foul ground, and fly out into center for Caden, and Souza and Sebring next to follow the leadoff man. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Peterson swing to miss, strike 2. One for Santa Barbara. Be at Conejo tomorrow, and Conejo currently 13-5, and they have won 7 straight CCL games. It's going to be a very tough opponent tomorrow on the road for the Sturs. With Peterson leading things off, here's the 1-2 pitch, and Caden will see a ball away. Good take, 2-2. For the SLO Blues, after the victory last night, 6 outs away from getting above 500 in CCL play and trying to right the ship. Prior to last night's game, they were 3-7 in their last 10 games, struggling. The 2-2 as Peterson sees away, full count.
And even though the Blues in the CCL North and Foresters in the CCL South, we've seen this rivalry, I talked about it, but spanned year after year. These games are always fun. And for Caden Peterson, another awesome at-bat.
Trying to reach base in the 6-run game, 3-2 pitch. Peterson over to the third baseman. Another good play from Constantine on a bad hop in the throw, good. And Gavin Constantine, the third baseman. Another good play at the hot corner. Peterson will ground out, 1 away.
And it's getting to the point, Hunter, where if a ball's hit over there and Constantine has a chance at putting a glove on it, he's going to make the play. Very smooth at third base and retires Peterson 5-3.
So here is Nolan Souza. Fly out to left, worked a walk, ground into a double play last time he was up. Ericus Pajunas, first pitch now to Nolan. He has a check swing but takes a strike. He's batting from the left side, now down the count, 0-1.
Souza's been amazing today. And although no hit to show for it, yeah, bats continue to be very productive.
As the 0-1, missing in at 86 from Ericus Pajunas to even up the count at 1. Sebring will be next for the Santa Barbara Foresters on this Independence Day matchup between the SLO Blues and SB. 6th matchup of the year between the two clubs. The 1-1 pitch to Nolan, and Souza swings through it, strike 2.
Big hack there from Nolan Souza. But cannot put barrel to ball. Forster's looking for anything, Hunter. Something to get some positive thoughts back into the minds of these hitters.
Wind's picking up to center field. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Nolan sees a fastball high, 2-2.
This is one of those games as well where you're down 7-2. Of course you want to come back and win the ball game, but even just starting a rally goes a long way knowing you have a back-to-back tomorrow against the #1 team in the CCL South.
Here's a 2-2 pitch, and this one is chopped over to the second baseman. Here's Tyler Hamilton sliding over to his left, and the throw will be in time to retire Nolan Souza. 2 gone in the 8th.
Another quick 2 outs. Credit to the Blues pitching. It has been amazing so far. Obviously, we talk about the defense from Constantine and a lot of other guys flashing the leather, but they've done a very nice job at getting ground balls, at staying efficient with their pitch count, and it's put the Blues in a great position to win this game.
We are in the bottom of the 8th, 8-2 the score in the Sturs. 2 gone now in this inning. Here's Jonas Sebring, 1 for 3. And Jonah on the first pitch takes a fastball in, strike 1.
Rarely do you see Jonas Sebring look back and ask the umpire where that was, but thought it was a bit inside, called for a strike.
We did see Tyler Hamilton field that ball at second base, who was inserted for Braden Jeffries. Hamilton will lead off top of the 9th. The 0-1 pitch, and that is in there at 86. 0-2. Sebring quickly down here in the 8th.
Looking to protect with 2 strikes. Sebring had the first hit of the game in the first, but has been quiet since.
The 0-2 offering from Pajunas, and it will miss away at 78. Ball 1 for Santa Barbara. Entering Sinsheimer Stadium yesterday, they were on an absolute tear, winning 7, including 2 non-CCL games, but 5 straight CCL games, and dropping last night's game, conceding late runs. Got off to the wrong start here today. The 1-2 pitch misses away on a slider, 2-2. And assuming nothing comes to mount here in the late innings for the Sturs with 4 outs to play with, it'll be tough to really regroup and bounce back tomorrow against Conejo on the road, no less. A team that the Sturs have struggled with, especially. Here's the 2-2. And Sebring sends it foul. Still 2-2.
And you know, when a team early on in the season starts to have your number, going on the road to their place becomes that much more difficult. And for the Foresters, no one expected them to drop back-to-back to the Blues, even though we have some game left. That game will be a big turning point in the season, either in a positive or negative way.
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Sebring retired, and Ericus Pajuna sees 3 and sits 3 down. We go to the 9th. The SLO Blues on top 8-2 over the Santa Barbara Foresters.
So if you bought a ticket, get your tickets out and get ready to listen.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
Braden Jeffries will be leading things off. Looks like there was a substitution, but it's been Jeffries at second the entire time. Mistaken for him at second, but here's Jeffries. He will take a strike, a ball high on the delivery from Tucker Holland in this 8-2 ball game headed to the 8th. It's Jeffries, Witten, and Borba up to face Holland. Lefty-lefty matchup to kick off the 9th. Here's the second pitch, and this one is over to the first baseman off 2 hops, and it took a weird hop, and Patterson's able to underhand it to his pitcher to retire Braden Jeffries.
Very difficult hop from Daniel Patterson, but a well-executed PFP. Tucker Holland covering first base immediately, and a smooth flip from Patty. for the first out.
That's going to bring up Cooper Witten. One away, and the base is clear with the SLO Blues. A hearty lead, 8-2 here on July 4th, 2024. 1-0 pitch, and a check swing missing away on the delivery from Holland. Ball 1.
Cooper Witten with a hat trick so far in today's game after that big hit yesterday.
1-0 pitch, and Witten sees it in. Ball 2. Tucker Holland back out into this ball game in the last for Tyza Rodnick. 2-0 pitch, and Witten pops up, and it will go out of play behind all the seats and into the road behind us for strike number 1.
It's a great job by Tucker Holland to get back into the strike zone. Him and Shea Went, very refreshing performances for the Sturs.
One away, base is clear. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Witten will take a strike on a check swing 2-2. Next will be Casey Borba for the Blues. And for the SLO Blues, their next couple games, they're going to have 2 games at home against the Arroyo Seco Saints up at Sinsheimer Stadium. And the 2-2 pitch, Witten sees it down. That's a full count. SLO only needing 3 outs in the bottom half of this inning with this 8-2 lead to get back to over 500 in the CCL North. And when you look around the CCL, Walnut Creek has been a menace, 14-5, top the CCL North.
They're leading by 5 games at this point, so everyone behind just looking to chip away at that deficit.
This ball fouled off by Witten. He stays alive. It remains 3-2, 1 away, base is clear. 8-2 the score in the top half of the final inning. Man, Walnut Creek never going to make a trip down to Santa Barbara or vice versa. Crawdads and the Sturs never facing off. The 3-2 pitch, and Witten, another ball fouled back. We'll do it again.
And interesting to see these interleague teams kind of come together and play these contests where they're still CCL and still count, but not as impactful. And then you see these rivalries that kind of come out of nowhere in the Blues and the Stars.
3-2 pitch, and it's away, and that is ball 4 to Cooper Witten. The first time he will reach base today, a 1-out walk. And that's going to bring up Casey Borba.
Now batting for
Talking about some of the other
Blues,
teams
first
in the
baseman
CCL
Casey
North.
Borba.
The Walnut Creek never going to make a trip down here next Friday on the 12th. Menlo Park will be in town for their only matchup against the Sturs all year long. It'll be a part of a 4-game homestand, one of the longer homestands to almost round out the regular season for the Sturs. But now here's Casey Borba. He had a big reason why such a fast start for the Blues with the first pitch. In and out of the hand of Tucker Holland. Looks like he couldn't hold on or held on to it too long, and it only traveled about 15 yards in front of the hill before it was spiked.
Yeah, that's something you don't see every day, especially out of a pitcher, and just slipped out of Tucker Holland's hand. He's going to get a new baseball. Never wants to see that one again.
As a result, Witten will advance to second. 1 out, runner in scoring position for the Blues. And now Ryan Kramer just wants to make sure everything's okay after that very odd delivery getting spiked just feet in front of the hill.
One thing that I've loved about Tucker Holland throughout the course of this season is his lighthearted nature outside of when he's pitching, and then being able to come on the mound and really lock in, execute. It's a completely different demeanor from that kind of funny, lighthearted guy that you see after games, before games, and then when he gets on the bump, it's all business.
Yeah, he knows when to work, knows when to have fun with his teammates. When he's up there, all biz. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss, 1-1 to Casey Borba with Witten after that errant pitch at second. And you see that with just top athletes as well, knowing how to flick that switch when they're needed, especially for any pitcher out of the bullpen. Need that switch just to lock in at a moment's notice. The 1-1 as Borba chops a high hopper to the third baseman, charging in as DiMaggio had a little bit of a fumble. Can he recover? No, it would have been a heck of a play. Lost his sunglasses in the effort to try to barehand that ball after he bobbled it. But Borba will reach, and that's going to put 2 aboard, 1 away.
Likely will be ruled an infield single just because of how difficult of a play that was for DiMaggio.
will go down as an error on our scores. That's going to bring up Max Lane to a board, and Lane fouls it back. Strike one.
Becomes difficult to hit. We see every single night at around the 7th, 8th inning as the full mound in the bright sunshine and the rest of the plate in darkness. Difficult to see the ball and might see a lack of offense because of it.
There's the 0-1 as this one's chopped over to the shortstop, having to backtrack, but that ball will go into left field. The run looks to come home to score. The tag will be late as Rogers could not make the play, and as a result, a run will score on the batted ball from Max Lane. The score now 9-2 in the top half of the 9th. Cooper Witten turned on the burners, wheeled his way around third, comes in to score, and Lane is able to drive in a run with a base hit into left.
Ball not hit particularly hard at all from Lane, but past the outstretched TJ Pompey. They challenged the arm of Caden Peterson. A good throw, but Will Rogers just can't reach behind himself and make the tag. Add on to their lead, 9-2.
Only a single out. Here's Parker Goff, and this one's roped down the third baseline out of play. Strike number one. Borba is now at second, Max Lane at first. 9-2 our score. And for the Stars at the bottom half of this inning will be Holman, Rogers, and TJ Pompey. But now 9-2 on the sixth matchup between the Stars and the Blues. And it looks like all things equal. It's going to be now 3-3, the record between these two teams. This one popped up shallow center field and infield fly now being called. There's the second out of the inning. Runners hold at first and second.
For the Old Kings Road beer batter. A strikeout from number one, Braden Mondew will earn each.
Braden Mondew, as the supposed beer batter for today, has actually been very productive. Hasn't struck out once, and out of the 7 spot, an RBI in all 4 at-bats, or in 3 at-bats with the walk his first time through, hitting the ball hard. So Tucker Holland looking to avoid any more damage in the 9th.
Here's the first pitch, and this one is sent towards right field, actually flared up just to the first baseman, Daniel Patterson on the soft hit ball. The line out to Patty at first, and 1 pitch and 1 out to retire Braden Mondew, the top half of the 9th. Going to the bottom of the inning, SLO tacking up 1 more run. It is now 9-2 with Holman, Rogers, Pompey coming up next, bottom of the 9th. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just 1 stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Bottom of the 9th inning, and the SLO Blues, the road team, up 9-2 over the Santa Barbara Forcers, and we will have a pitching change now for the SLO Blues. We will see Noah Ferguson, who actually the Stars saw last night. He came in a save situation, locked down the 9th. He struck out 2 in the final inning, picked up the save. in the 7-5 victory for the SLO Blues will now enter with a hearty lead behind him, even though he pitched last night, back out there for the manager, Dean Trainer.
Yeah, something you don't see typically. Sometimes in a 9-2 ball game, a guy comes in the ninth to just get extra work if he hasn't pitched for a couple of days. But considering he got a save last night, something you don't see a ton. And the Forsters, I talked about it a little bit a few innings ago, but how can you mount momentum into tomorrow? Very difficult game at Conejo. It's more than just winning the game. It's about stringing together a positive inning of work.
And the right-hander, the first pitch to Holman down the first baseline, goes out of play. That is strike one. For Jack today, he's gone 1 for 3. His lone hit coming in the 4th inning. And against Conejo tomorrow on the road, it's an opponent the Sturs have struggled with in early goings of the season, the first couple weeks when they faced off against Conejo. But now, Holman leading things off, Rogers next, and then TJ Pompey. And Ferguson coming set. The 0-1 pitch as Holman chops this one over to the second baseman. Jeffries charges in, and the throw will be in time. 1 away in the 9th, and the Sturs down to their final 2 outs here at Eddie's Matthews Fields.
The catcher, number 7, Will
This is a game that we haven't seen at all from the Forsters this season. When they've lost, it has been close. When they've won, it's been by a wide margin or close. Today, they flat out gotten outplayed. For all 9 innings, I feel like you can say that pretty fairly. And it will be a sort of adjustment from the winning culture that the Forsters have. They're not in this position often, and they probably won't be in it again, but have to get out of that sort of rut.
First pitch to Will Rogers up at 90 from Ferguson, ball 1. Yeah, when you look at the losses for the Sturs, prior to last night, they were 12-5, given the loss up in SLO, 12-6, and 2 outs away from going to 12-7 in the CCL South. All of their losses have been relatively close, as you said, as the 1-0 as Rogers sees another fastball high, ball 2.
And Will's not going to be too fond of that. 2 fastballs up and inside, and you see him kind of glare at the new arm on the hill. If there's another one up and in, might see some rumblings in both dugouts.
Here's a 2-0 pitch, as Rogers will see a breaking ball this time, high in the zone, 2-1.
Will his last time through in the 6th. That hard line out. Every at-bat today. Putting barrel to ball.
With 1 away, here's a 2-1 pitch, and Rogers drills this one into left field. Max Lynn's going back, but Will Rogers sends it over the fence. Will Rogers, his first home run of the year, coming late here against the SLO Blues.
Have yourself a day, Will Rogers. And he'll tip his cap to the SLO Blues dugout, who has been trash-talking him all afternoon. That one feels good, and that's the momentum I'm talking about. Big-time swing, Mr. Will.
Well, the pinch hitter for TJ Pompey be Jack Bollinger. So Bollinger to hit for the first time. It's now a 9-3 game. Sturs get one back here in the 9th. With 1 away, down their final 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and Bollinger sends it down the left field line and goes out of play. That's strike 1.
So Bolio getting AB here. Very versatile infielder for the Forsters. A lot of speed out of the left-hander's batter's box.
And for Noah Ferguson, retired the first man, gives up the solo shot to Will. The 0-1 pitch to Bollinger, and that is in there at 91, 0-2. And that home run by Will Rogers. Thanks to Santa Barbara Airport for sponsoring that home run. Santa Barbara Airport can always get you home. It's a ball and a strike. Sturs down on their final 2 outs here late against the Blues. 1-1 pitch, and Bollinger just taps it. Actually, it's 0-2 for Bollinger, and he will stay alive.
Great fight from Jack Bollinger. If he were to reach, you simply never know. Baseball is baseball. Crazier things have happened. But the line just needs to continue to move. Just find a way to get on base anyway. Hit by pitch, a walk. anything works in this moment.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Bollinger will scoop it out. A play was well hit down that right field line over his teammates down that bullpen.
Got a little bit of a hanging breaking ball there and crushed it to right field, but just a little too pull happy down the right field line.
So it remains 0-2, 9-3 our score. The Blues lead one away, bottom of the ninth. Here's the pitch, and Bollinger lifts it into right field. Cooper Witten cannot make the play. That ball goes to the fence. Bollinger on his horse, getting to second base, getting to third base. The throw picked up in the outfield. Bollinger held up at third. Jack Bollinger pinch hitting now at third. What a play from Bolly.
Energy entering Eddie Matthews Field. Jack Bollinger, and a very tough play. Might have lost it in the light for the right fielder, Cooper Witten. But the ball goes all the way to the fence, and with the speed of Jack Bollinger, we might have seen a windmill from Shooky over there at third to send him home, but very smart to hold up, knowing station to station. But as I said, Hunter, you never know. Johnny Rodriguez now getting ready to hit on deck. DiMaggio looking to keep it moving.
So there is a runner at third, one away. 9-3 our score, still a 6-run lead for the Blues. But some momentum for the Sturs. Here's Jesse DiMaggio, first pitch, and Jesse swinging a miss on the 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Strike one.
Big hack from Jesse DiMaggio. Looking to leave the building.
The off man was retired. Will Rogers, a solo home run, then the triple from Bollinger with one out. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Jesse DiMaggio chops it to the third baseman. Here is Constantine, fields it, and the throw was good, but a run will come in to score. Jesse DiMaggio brings in Jack Bollinger. It is now a 9-4 game. The Sturs pushing in their fourth run of the contest.
Now batting for your Foresters.
In a lot of situations, Hunter, a productive out like that brings in a run, you tip your cap. Round of applause from everybody in the dugout. But in this case, a base hit was needed, and that run doesn't matter too much when you're down by 5.
But here is now the pinch hitter, Johnny Rodriguez, to hit for Patterson. Patterson had himself a 1-for-3 day and also a run scored. Nolan Ferguson and the SLO Blues 1 out away from a victory. Here's the pitch, and Rodriguez will take a fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. But still, we've seen some momentum push here late, as we have seen really in every game that the Sturs have lost here at home. They've had a push late in the 9th inning. It's the 0-1 now to Rodriguez, as Johnny fouls it back. Strike 2.
And absolutely, Hunter, every game, especially that we've called together, it feels like late. The Foresters are never out of it. Today, however, down by 7. Might be a little bit too much to come back from, but such a positive sign with the Will Rogers home run, the Bollinger triple, a lot to take away.
Sturs down to their final strike here in Santa Barbara. The 0-2 pitch, and Rodriguez will stay alive, spraying it over the third base dugout. Remains no balls, 2 strikes. The score 9-4, SLO lead. Now, all really started in that first inning, 3 spot for the Blues, and they score in the first 3 innings and amass 6-0 lead. Set the table early and did not look back. 1 strike away from a victory for the Blues. 0-2 pitch to Rodriguez, and he is down on strikes. And it is a victory for the SLO Blues. They will win it 9-4 in the 6th matchup of the season between these two teams. The season series now tied 3 games apiece. And these two teams meet in 2 weeks' time. Sure will be some good matchups.
And you can just feel the tension from both sides, that this rivalry means a lot to both groups. These games, Foresters, Blues, you circle it on the schedule every single season, and every contest that we've watched has been close besides tonight. The Foresters got flat out outplayed. It start with a little bit of a rough start from Hudson Hamilton, and it looks like we might have some words exchanged here to end the game.
Bill Pintard, some of the other coaching staffs, yes. And a little bit of some discourse between the two coaching staffs.
And you'll see this. We talked about it with the rivalry, but this is good for baseball. It truly is. When you have two teams going at it, you just hope nobody gets hurt. It means the next time they come and play, everybody's going to want to win that much more. And it's getting a little tense here, Hunter.
Yeah, both benches now meeting down that first base line.
And the assistant coach for the Blues, do not know him by last name, very passionate. And it seems like the Forster side is kind of just laughing at this guy, wanted to pick a fight, essentially. Not sure what went on. Don't want to jump to conclusions. Don't want to pick a side in this sort of situation from a professional standpoint like we do, but
all the sides going back to their respective dugouts, and those two matchups coming up in 2 weeks, those will sure likely feel the carryover effects from these two matchups. Both teams have 3-3 against each other, and still some of the Blues remaining on the field. But Aiden, we'll look into tomorrow against Conejo. Now the Stars dropping to 12-7. Conejo Oaks did not play a CCL game today, 13-5. They've had the number against the Santa Barbara Foresters this season. What do we look for tomorrow's game?
a quality start from the starting pitcher. Whoever goes out and throws, love Hudson Hamilton. We all do. But even if you ask him, today wasn't his A-plus stuff. It got the Foresters down early. The offense couldn't come along for the ride. Whoever ends up starting, we'll learn from Coach Kramer on Friday afternoon. That'll be a key. Come out, throw quality innings, and then the offense come along for the ride. When we were last time in Conejo, we both were there. It was very lopsided. You saw errors kind of characterize that game. That one that went by D. Kennedy for an inside the park home run. I remember an errant throw from TJ Pompey. There was a lot that went on that wasn't right for the Foresters. But if you go in tomorrow, if you go to Thousand Oaks and you get a job done on the road, all the momentum is back. This team just a week ago, or even a couple days ago, won 7 straight. They're not that far away from another winning streak. It's just about getting back on track tomorrow in Thousand Oaks.
That first pitch will be at 4:30. Then the Stars will welcome in the Oaks on Saturday, 4:30, and then a little 2-game homestand on Saturday and Sunday. So be sure to come on out and re-support the Stars throughout the rest of the season. Once again, the final score here: SLO Blues take it 9-4 over the Santa Barbara Foresters. So for all the crew behind the scenes and for Aiden O'Neill, I am Hunter Shoemake saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow in Thousand Oaks when the Stars take on the Conejo Oaks. First pitch, 4:30. We'll see you then, and happy Independence Day.